snitching. Yeah, they see the cops, they bitching.
Can I get that ass?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yo. Guys podcast. Movie guys podcast. Yeah.
You need to drop like that. You need to make that happen real
What's up,
quick.
guys? Wait, movie guy podcast. Hey man, I got some art cooking up for the
Somebody could put on the
movie guy
soundboard.
podcast.
Oh, where? You got art? What kind of art?
I got some. Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise, dog. I'm drawing it myself, Yeah, with the you dig?
Wow, I need that. I'm a tap in with somebody too, see if I can get like a I need an overlay. We need an overlay, and we need like an animation. You know what I'm saying? Like the logo. I want to get it to like move or something. I need something like that. You know.
Yeah. We trying to.
So I'm gonna get tapped in. BG said he got somebody that could do that for me. So I'm gonna see what's up. But shit, man, it's been a minute since the last episode. I think it's been like what, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. Listen, all I'm gonna say, blame Red Peg. Blame Red Peg. All I'm gonna say, blame Red Peg. If you missed the movie, guys, blame Red Peg. But nah, man, we just been chilling, man. You know, if I'm being honest with you guys, there hasn't been that many movies. Not until like recently, I guess. But like,
nah, September was a slow month. September was a slow month until like the 30th when the creator came out.
Yeah, so
nothing really.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell came out in September. I don't even think I saw. What did I see in September?
Yeah, I didn't see. The only movie I seen was the creator.
Let me think. Let me see. Because now I'm curious. Hold on. 2023 September. Let me see. Oh, Equalizer 3. One of y'all saw that.
I didn't see that.
I haven't seen that bullshit.
I think Alex seen it. Bottoms. That's that comedy movie. I didn't see that, but I am going to watch it. It's on streaming now.
Okay. It seemed like something you would like.
Look at you. Shit. Hey, shit. Hold on.
Bro, the last movie I seen
Oh, The
was
Nun 2.
Strays.
I did see The Nun 2. That was last. Yeah, that was last show.
Before
That was
before
last
Trash.
show.
Creator, I seen Strays on August 24th.
Damn. So what? So you didn't see shit in
Yeah.
September.
Nope. Except for the Creator.
Haunting in Venice. Tyrek seen that. That was September.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing I saw.
Yeah. There
Oh,
wasn't
that
shit.
and the fucking vampire movie
The Meter.
the meter, yeah, that should be a lot of mid.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, October. We just started October, but so far, hey man, so far we got some heat. We got a couple things. And then we got some more heat coming out. You know, Killers of the Flower Moon coming out. I am still very, very hurt and disappointed that Dune 2 is not coming out this year. I'm very upset. That was one of the highlights of the year for me, and now I'm just in a pit of depression. So
Shit out of luck, man.
I gotta somehow find a way to make it to March. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. But we've seen a few movies the last few weeks. We'll go jump into some reviews, and then from there, I'm gonna give y'all an update on some news, mainly the strike, because we have been talking about the strike throughout the summer, and we got some updates. The writers and the actors strike. Alex is coming supposedly. I don't know where he's at, but when he comes through, he'll be able to hop in and give his reviews. Just to open it up, though, I want to start with the big movie that has come out recently.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Creator, sci-fi film.
Woo.
The movie, as far as reviews, the reviews were a little underwhelming and underrated in my opinion. But
Yes.
you know, most people who've seen the movie seem to enjoy it. But let me pull up and give y'all a quick little synopsis for those who don't know. Essentially, The Creator is, well, first off, the movie is directed by the same director that did Star Wars Rogue One. Now, if you've seen Rogue One and you see The Creator, you can see the influence. Like, you can see the similarities, like pretty clear. I did throughout the whole movie. Rogue One is a great movie, in my opinion. And this might, I don't know how people are gonna feel about it. The Rogue One, to me, is better than every movie in that sequel trilogy. I'm tripping. Red Pick, Tyrek, I'm tripping.
No, you're right.
Rogue One is better than every movie in that sequel trilogy. It's better than Force Awakens. It's better than Last Jedi. It's better than Rise of Skywalker. I'm tripping.
Not high bar, but you're right.
Yeah. I would agree, because Darth Vader.
People, for some reason, and we had this debate a few times in the Discord, like in past years. For some reason, there's some people who just don't like Rogue One, and I don't get it. The movie is fucking fire. It has great acting, great writing. When there's action, the action is great. The cinema, everything about it. And on top of that, when you watch most Star Wars movies, especially that sequel trilogy, it's so Disney-fied. Like, everything is like to sell toys and to sell merch and shit. Rogue One felt like mature. It felt like
it was a war movie. It was
it's a war movie. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got turned off by just there wasn't enough lightsabers. You know.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
Until the end. Yeah, I thought. I mean, that's when I had faith in Disney. I was like, oh shit, this movie's. That came out 2016, right? So that came out right before Last Jedi. So remember, they were riding a high. So that movie was like, everyone was like, oh shit, this is about to be amazing. And we kind of dropped off the cliff. So, It's better than Solo. Someone said, it's way better than Solo. What the fuck?
I'm going to say this.
Solo's not bad, though.
Yeah, I like Solo. It's cool. Yeah. I'll say this about Rogue One, though. The reason I like it so much, I think, it's a breath of fresh air. When we've seen Star Wars for so many years, and it's obviously geared towards kids and adults, it was refreshing to get a movie that's mostly geared towards adults. That movie is not it's not like completely dark, like people getting murdered in cold blood, but the tone of it is not very kid friendly. It's a more serious. Yeah, it's a more serious movie. That to me is a breath of fresh air, and I always will welcome that. That's the same reason why I love Andor so much. Andor on Disney Plus is not only to me, it's the best show on Disney Plus. It's one of the best Star Wars things we've gotten in years, decades.
I gotta watch it before I talk complete.
Andor, it's a slow burn the first few episodes, but when it picks up, it's literally one of the best Star Wars things ever.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. When they announced that show, I was like, why the fuck are they making this show? Like, who asked for this shit?
Most people
like,
did.
No one asked for it. Yeah, I was a big man, that shit, they put me wrong.
Yeah,
that's the best show I watched, dog.
And my thing is, I don't like they keep going small guys. I don't want to know about the nigga who flew the ship, but the nigga.
You say that, but when you watch the show, like it's hey man, it's fire.
That's my. They need to branch out, dog.
But see, I'm a push back on that.
That's branching out though.
No. I'm saying they need to leave the Skywalker trilogy, the Skywalker saga. Just leave it.
No, that's cool. I agree. But this is the thing. If Andor was a movie, I would agree with you. Nobody wants to see that small story on a movie. It works as a TV show because for one, they get more episodes to flesh out the story and the characters. And me personally, I like for example, Mandalorian. That's an original character. It's a TV show. They're branching out and giving you those new stories or smaller characters in the TV show. And me personally, I enjoy that. But yeah, that's just me. But we can go back to the creator real quick. So yeah, same director. Just a quick synopsis. The movie is it's basically set in a world that's similar to ours. The only difference is at some point humans figured out how to create AI robots. I think when the movie starts, you see like a little commercial where they have like AI robots in like the 50s. So it's kind of like an alternate universe, alternate world than ours. And basically the synopsis here, I'm reading it off of the internet. It says, as a future war between the human race and artificial intelligence rages on, ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war of all mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is actually an AI in the form of a young child. So, essentially, it's a war between humans and AI. One of the big plot points of the movie is there was a bomb that went off in LA, completely obliterated like half the city. The movie takes place, I think, in like the 2060s or something like that. But yeah, like they said, they're trying to find the creator of the AI. And they find out that the creator has a new weapon that can essentially dominate the humans and win the war for the AI. But they end up finding out that the weapon is actually a child. It's an AI child. It's not like an actual weapon. So I'll give my quick thoughts, and then I want to let Red Pig and Tyrek go, and then when Alex jump in, he can give his thoughts. Right off the bat, this movie, if anybody knows anything about me, I love sci-fi movies, right? So right off the bat, this movie pulled me in. The visuals, the setting, the character design, like the way that they designed the AI. So they have two forms of AI. They have like regular robots that you would just imagine, just a regular robot. But they're intelligent. They almost act human, but they look like robots. Then they have the other form of AI, which they call simulant. That's what they call it. Simulant. It's essentially it's a robot, but it looks like a human. Has a human face, but it has robot technology like on the back of its head and shit like that. So yeah, those designs to me, fire, automatically fire. One thing I really loved about this movie, I don't know about anybody else, but this movie felt kind of nostalgic in a way. Like it kind of reminded me of like late 90s, early 2000s sci-fi movies. It gave me that vibe. So that to me, that was one of the reasons it pulled me into, kind of spoke to my childhood a little bit. Typical sci-fi elements, androids, robots, energy weapons. To me, it's always fun to see. especially when they use it creatively. One of the things I loved about this movie, it's almost like a love letter to sci-fi. There's so many like different influences you can see in the movie. One of the major ones that I noticed was it felt very similar to Blade Runner, and I mean that in a good way, not like it's copying. Like it almost felt like I said like an homage. It reminded me a lot about Blade Runner, other sci-fi films like iRobot, or if anybody saw that movie called AI by I think it was Stanley Kubrick and why am I forgetting this nigga name? Spielberg.
Yeah.
They made a movie called AI back in like 2000 or 2001. Good movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
But just a quick review. The movie to me was great. The story itself was very, very what's the word?
To the point.
Yeah, but the thing about the story, it's like a roller coaster, bro. It's a lot of action in the movie. When there's action, the action is great. Very fast paced, very like it's not a moment where you can just like get bored. There's really good action. When they do have slow parts, most of the time it's still interesting. At least for me, I felt that way because they're teaching you shit about the world or they're building characters. So when they have slow parts, it's still pretty interesting. One thing I did not expect though, watching this movie, there's actually like a good level of comedy, and it's pretty good. Like the writing, the main character Joshua, he cracks a lot of jokes with the kid. Yeah, it was a lot of comedy that I didn't expect to see in it. That was really cool. And then the last thing, as far as like the movie being like a roller coaster, it's emotional. There's a lot of emotional parts of this movie. And a lot of times when you see movies like that, they try to give you emotion. Sometimes it can feel forced. This movie, it felt very natural. They make you care about the characters. They make you care about the AI child. Her name's Alfie. So all in all, like it just pulls you in and it keeps you engaged throughout the entire time. Some of the things that I love just about the movie, or the world, I should say, there was a scene where Joshua, the main character, is with another military member, and he ends up getting shot. And long story short, without spoiling, he dies. Which I'm not going. It's not really a main spoiler because he's not really a main character. But yes, one of the side characters does die, and something cool that happens. They take this fucking chip. They basically download his fucking consciousness and then plug it into an AI robot, and he comes alive for like 2 minutes. That shit was fire to me. That shit was heat. The fact that that's even a thing that's possible in that world, you could basically die and they can plug you into a robot and you can live again. That was cool. That really stood out to me. Some of the things that I saw about the movie that were similar to other movies. The guy who directed the movie did Rogue One. There's two scenes in this movie that are very, very similar to Rogue One that happen towards the end. I won't spoil. But if anybody knows Rogue One, one of the biggest scenes of that movie is at the end where Darth Vader pops up in that like docking hallway and he kills everybody. Which, by the way, to me is top 3 scenes in any Star Wars movie ever. I will debate anybody on that. There's a scene in The Crater where it's very similar, where like they're docking to something and like people are getting ready to rush in. So I noticed that. And then I won't spoil anything, but the very ending of The Crater is very similar to the ending of Rogue One. I'll leave it at that. Very, very similar to the ending of Rogue One.
Is it?
No, yeah, it's very, very similar to the ending of Rogue One. But like I said, it wasn't a bad thing. It was just like, okay, that's cool. He kind of doing like, it's what they say. It's poetry. It rhymes, right? That's most of the positives. The only negative I really have about the movie is there's not many negatives. The only negative I have personally is I felt like the world building, they could have done more. They did a good job with the world building, but they could have done more. Like my main complaint is they bring you to these different locations throughout the movie, but they don't really teach you about the locations. You don't really learn information about the locations, or for example, there's certain movies where I'll bring up Dune. Dune, for some people, can be a hard movie to follow. But one thing that they make very clear is the world building. They teach you about the planets. They go in depth about Arrakis. In the very beginning of the movie, in the middle of the movie, you're still learning about that planet. You're still learning about how the Empire works. You're still learning about how the different families work. They're providing a lot of information that helps, inform you about the world. They do some of that in The Creator, but I wish they would have did more. That's just me. I wish they would have went a little bit further in depth about the history of the AI and human war, or go in depth about the different locations that we go to. Why is this location different from the other? Why does this location look like this compared to the other? Like, just certain things like that. But overall, this is a great movie. It's very close-ended. Without spoiling, it's very close-ended. I don't really see them making a sequel, but I love movies like this when it comes to sci-fi. So I would definitely love to see something in this same vein going forward. And in my personal opinion, it's been kind of slow for sci-fi the last few years. I really want to see that come back. I really want to see. We got so much sci-fi like in the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s. I want to go back to that. But yeah, that's just me. Overall, I say the movie, for me, I'll give it I'll say 8 out of 10. I'll say 8 out of 10. Very good movie. I don't know if it's one of those movies that I could see myself rewatching multiple times. But it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Red Pig.
Do you think it's gonna do? You think it's gonna do good in the box office?
We can check right quick. Let me see, because I haven't even heard anything about.
I don't know, dog.
You want me to go while you check?
I feel like it probably flops. I don't know how much the movie cost to make, but
so
it didn't cost that much.
Look, yeah, they said the creators' box office failure says a lot about the state of sci-fi cinema.
Well, so the movie
was only $80 million.
Yeah, which is actually crazy when you think about it. $80 million for this type of movie.
The visuals crazy.
Yeah, the visuals are better than some of the $200 million movies we've seen the last fucking couple years.
Is it worldwide released? I don't think it's worldwide released yet.
Yeah, they said for world. Oh wait, yeah, it's a worldwide. Wait.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's in China yet, but it is in other countries.
And the thing with China is it's a black guy, the main character, so I'm not sure that's gonna do well.
Well, Wikipedia says as of October 5th, which was yesterday, 36.4 million for the creator. Yeah. So it's probably gonna flop, but
it's gonna get the money on the residuals. It's gonna make money when they go to
yo money over time.
Yeah, on streaming, I can see it doing very well on streaming.
Yeah. We hear you.
What's up, Alex? Talking about the creator right now. Before we get into any more reviews, I want to get well, actually, no. Tyrek, you can go ahead and give your review of the creator. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the creator, I watched this movie early in the week on Wednesday, and you know what? The first thing in my mind I was watching, like the first scene and opening up, it reminded me of District 9. Because remember District 9 when the ship was in the air? Yeah. Like it's just the aesthetic in the movie and like the story beats. For me, it was beat for beat, just like District 9. Like a escort mission in a sense, where you're like at District 9 escort the guy to the ship, and in this movie he's escorting the AI to the ship as well. So that it's in that same vein. Even like the art style, the aesthetics, it just shouts District 9 at me. But it also reminds me of two other movies I've seen in the early 2010s. Have you ever watched Elysium and Oblivion? So it's like they took those three movies and added the AI aspect to it, and they made a pretty good movie out of it. I thought, I don't know the actor's name. Was he the guy in John Wick?
You're talking about
the black guy.
No. He was in Tenet.
You talking about John David?
That's Denzel Washington's son, dog.
It is? He looked crazy. He looked different, bro, in the movie. I didn't even realize it because maybe it was the hairstyle he had.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much he sound like his dad too. But yeah,
I thought he did a real good job leading the movie. The child actor for Alfie, I thought you know how sometimes with children actors or like with child roles, they're kind of cheesy and they say like weird one-liners. I don't feel like I like felt that at all. I felt like it wasn't too much. Like she acted her role really, really well, and I didn't feel like okay, I don't want this child on screen no more. She's ruining the vibe of the movie, and all right, there's too much like one-line cheesy moments. But she did a really good job. The plot was simple to the point. I don't feel like it was super, super preachy to people. I think it kind of lets you like have your own conclusions, even though it's kind of like reverse Terminator, right? Terminator trying to kill the AIs off, and reverse they're kind of trying to save it. So it's one of the first movies where I feel like, oh wow, they're actually trying to preserve AI. Every other movie we're trying to kill that shit. So I like how they kind of reverse that on us, on the audience, because we're so used to just fighting robots and destroying them. We're not really saving them, other than like iRobot, which I think that was 20 years ago. And those are the only two movies I can think on top of my head where like the AI is like not the bad guy. But yeah, I thought the movie was really enjoyable. It didn't overstay its welcome. The movie was around 2 hours. Actually, I kind of felt like it should have kind of been longer to like kind of probably like expound on more of the world. And I felt like the last 30 minutes maybe was a little rushed with the action scene and them going up into space. I felt they probably should have gave that a little more time. Yeah. They probably should have. I wouldn't have mind spending like 15, 20 minutes more the ending of the movie. I felt the ending was really, really abrupt. Even though we kind of like the ending was like kind of clear what happened. It just ended really quick.
That's my only complaint about the movie.
And I wish there was kind of an epilogue to everything, but I guess you could up to your imagination. But I'm pleasantly surprised. This movie was not on my radar. I mean, it wasn't on my radar until like a month. I think I seen Jeremy Johns release a review for it, like an early screening.
I mean, they were real low key about the like. They just now showed the trailer this year. I feel like I didn't see shit about this last year.
Yeah, I just remember seeing it. Like,
and with the strike, they couldn't promote. And with the strike, they couldn't promote it properly.
Oh, that's probably what hurt the movie in the box office.
Yeah. That's why they delayed DUNE.
Yeah, and even the villain, the white lady in the movie, I thought she did even a good job, even though she was like she was like the villain from Avatar, like the military person and villain, but Howell, that Allison Janney played her. I thought she did a really good job. She wasn't too overbearing, like, oh, I just hate AI for the sake of hating AI. She actually has a good reason for not liking them, because I'm not going to spoil it, but she did lose some people.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
About her. Do y'all believe the story that once you got to the end of the movie, did you believe the story she said about her sons, or do you feel like she just lied to get that nigga to do what she had to do?
No, I think
she was telling the truth.
Yeah, because Go ahead. No, I think she was telling the truth because that's before he turned on them. So I think that was something because I think she knew that he lost his wife or whatever. So I don't think it was a made up story.
Did y'all give a synopsis of the story already?
Yeah, I did.
Wonton did
in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was I'm gonna wait till Tyrek done his review.
Yeah, and I felt like the military, the opposing force, they were there when they were needed to be there, but they didn't have like that's my issue with Avatar. I felt like the villain was too over the top or too on the nose. Like it was like, big gruff military guy, rah rah rah. Like they didn't do that with this movie. I think they kept the villains really grounded, and they had their reasons for what they like. Basically, I didn't feel like their reasons for getting rid of AI was like out of like far fetched. It made sense, a city blows up, Los Angeles is home to 20 million people, and half the city gets blown up because of a mistake AI made. I get why they're doing what they're doing. So I felt like the villains were really grounded and it made sense. Like the movie I didn't have to like take a leap to like actually like, all right, now I get why the AI, like I don't feel like there was any type of what's the word I'm trying to say? Like everyone's reasons for what they were fighting for made sense. Like there wasn't no like, oh wow, that doesn't mean there was no other plan or any other like, oh, this is like so far fetched. Like I felt like all their motives and motivations made sense for the movie. Like, and I felt like a lot of sci-fi movies, they try to make this jump or they try to make the plot points bigger than they actually are instead of just keeping it grounded. But I felt they kept the movie really, really grounded and really relatable. But that's all I really had to say about the movie. Like, if I had to give the movie a rating out of 10, probably an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna follow up Tyrek. I'm not. Y'all probably already talked
Okay,
through and through
okay.
about the characters and shit, but y'all hear me? I'm on my phone.
Yeah, we hear you.
For me, bro, skipping all the story shit, I feel like this is the best I've seen AI be portrayed as far as like having a cultural identity. I don't think I've seen another movie with AI where it felt as believable. Do y'all hear echo? That shit fucking me up.
A little bit.
Yeah. So like, if y'all recall, some of them people, some of those cultures of the robots had entire religions, dog. Like I thought that was fucking fire. Like at the end of the movie, they had entire statues and shit like that. And even though they knew that they didn't have a soul per se, they understood like the practices of having faith and having hope and human ideologies, even though they know they really didn't have that inner consciousness. You see what I'm saying? I loved how they touched on it, where at the end there was one AI that touched on we programmed we can't kill people that don't harm us or some shit like that. And then he said we can't, like, there was this one person on life support, right? And they said that we can't touch her, like she's in between. I forgot the term he used, but basically he was saying she's not here but she isn't gone, and if we
Yeah.
unplug her then that means that we took that life and we can't do that. And so they had this woman on life support for like years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there was still a code within them saying like, and then there were other people that made comments. They were saying, "Hey, they made us to be slaves, but we're more than that," and shit like that. One thing I felt like wasn't a flaw, but I think people aren't picking up on the underlying tale that I think I realized that they were doing. This movie is about raping and pillaging other, basically people that don't have a voice. Like if y'all paid attention to what that one dude said, whether you want to believe him or not, one of the robots said, "Hey, that bombing, that wasn't us. That was a coding error. That was something that a human did. That was human error. We AI, we wouldn't we technically, like, our calculations, we don't make error or mistakes. Like that wasn't us. That was a human error and they blamed us. Because think about it. If humans sat here and blew up the whole fucking downtown LA, how do you make up for that? You need somebody to blame. And so they blamed it on the AI. And that soldier touched on it. He was like, "Bro, that was a code in there. We didn't do that." And as soon as he said that, I think it cut to like one of the giant like US Army. It had like a tank with US Army on the side, and I immediately got what I think they were trying to say. You know how often in history we say that, oh, the military of the US Army is in this land and this land, fucking people up, dropping bombs, and then somebody will drop a tidbit of, they got oil out there, right? Or they got minerals out there, right? Like, oh, we at war with you, and we just so happen to take all the shit over here as well. So I think they were touching on the fact that we just we have an agenda and we gonna put on you and we gonna rile the people up and say, just join us. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, I thought they were touching on that militant complex of just like what war brings. You know what I mean? You have an agenda and we gonna kill and rape, pillage, whatever we got to do to make sure that we seem like the good guys. Especially when there were other countries that weren't trying to get rid of AI. Keep that in mind. No other place on earth was having this problem. It was only the US because they had a bomb go off because of a human error. You see what I'm saying? No other country in that movie said that they were having an issue with AI, and that actually was why there was raising tensions. They were just like, "Bro, y'all are going out of your way to literally strike from the outer space and fuck all these places up. We're not doing nothing to y'all." You see what I'm saying? So I love that. I thought it was like giving commentary on what we see in day-to-day life. And it's hard for us to see that because we in America, so we don't see the other side of that. You go on Twitter, Facebook, whatever the fuck, or Reddit, and the other side of the world hates us. The other side of the world, they see the U.S. military as we are the villains and the bad guys, and I think this movie literally put that into perspective. You had a nigga that was remember that guy that was working in that sweatshop? And when he gave the protagonist that ring that had a coder on it, he was like, "Bro, there's just coding. Like, this is a wedding ring, but it's not that deep. Don't go." He said something like, "Don't go AWOL on me," or some shit like that. Come to find out, this nigga had a girlfriend that was AI. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the whole movie was showing us, like, bro, that like Tyrek said, both sides had their reasons. But to me, I was like, nah. From what I'm seeing is AI that's learning consciousness and having a place on Earth, and really finding out what that pacifism looks like, finding out what a role looks like. And the guy touched on it a lot, like the Asian dude that was kind of like that was calling John David brother and shit like that. He was saying, bro, we don't want to fuck y'all up. We just want to live peacefully. We just want to chill on our own. Like, and keep in mind, the weapon that they were building, it wasn't gonna fuck humans up. It was just gonna take down that what did they call that thing in the sky? The weapon. All they was doing, it was just
Nomad?
Yeah.
all they were gonna do with Nomad, they weren't even gonna blow it up. The weapon or the kid, Alfie,
gonna
she
turn
was
it
just
off.
an EMP.
Yeah.
That's like, think about that. Even the way they were gonna combat y'all, even the way that they were gonna shut your whole shit down, I'm not killing nobody. I'm just gonna turn it off. And exactly what you said. The whole movie, it was that concept of, oh, we're not dying, they're not dead, they just turned off. Like, I just thought they effortlessly. I thought it was a flawless way that they wrote that movie. Like, I know, I agree with y'all. Maybe 15, 20 extra minutes just to see what the aftermath looks like. We kind of got to the end and said, oh, okay, great. I guess the world goes back to normal. Like, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't
But
know.
to me, hats off to how they truly made these AI feel and look, like the outfits, the heads, the religion, the farmers, like even the robots' facial features kind of fucked me up a little bit. I was like, damn, okay, like they don't look fake. You know what I'm saying? Like the CGI look top notch type shit.
And that whole part about how like people can donate their
Hold on, I'm about to order
likeness, that shit is kind of crazy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that was fire,
you had androids who all had the same face and shit like that. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
bro. And the whole point of that movie, it was just very fitting around the time it came out. With the writer strike, bro. I was like, this is crazy. That's probably why they released it around this time.
And the way that they was, bro, some of the kills in this movie are like crazy. Like that scene where, see, I don't want to spoil too much because it's still out, but that scene where the police barged into that room and they had that bomb. Oh my goodness, that shit.
Nigga, the first kill with all of them on that plane, and she's like, get it off.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't even expecting that too. Yeah, that was crazy. The movie was good, bro. Good.
My bad.
Movie.
I was ordering food.
Fire
movie, bro. Fire movie. That was.
Yeah, man, it's top 5 movies of the year.
See, I don't know if they can do a sequel, but I would love to see more movies in this world.
This is better than Dune 1, dog.
No, it's not.
Oh wait.
This is better than Dune 1.
I don't know why.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick?
What?
How do we feel? And I don't know if y'all already talked about it. When it comes to me, I'm seeing that I know it's not like right to call it a genre of world building, but very rarely do we get movies where the entire world the movie has to commit to a certain look. So District 9 is a good example. iRobot is a good example. Avatar is a good example. I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about like, I don't know what I'm trying to touch on. Maybe just like the race of people. I say that to say we've had two. Did Avatar come out this year or last year? This year, right?
Last year, December.
That was last year, December? Okay. So when I saw this movie, in my mind, I just kept comparing it to Avatar 2. Like, I don't know why. Like, maybe just because it's like big CGI people. I don't know. But to me, the feeling I got after watching this movie, I believe the world of this way more than I did Avatar 2. And I know that might be a far cry because it's just like big ass blue people. So of course you're gonna believe robots because that's more grounded. But to me, just as the way the movie was shot and the story and the characters and the dialogue, I just felt like I walked away feeling like I fuck with that worldview. Like I just really like the cinematic universe of the creator. And I don't know if it was because it was just clean. I don't know.
I'll tell you what it is. It's interesting. That other movie not interesting.
Oh, nigga, please.
Hey, so that's what I was wondering. I was gonna ask y'all which world do you think kind of what movie showed the world better? Is it Avatar with the foliage and the animals and shit like that, or was it
blue and green trees?
See,
get the fuck out of here.
No, my thing is,
go ahead, that's not even fair because the world of Avatar is just so beautiful and they went deep into each culture. So Avatar did the world building better, dog. You can't lie.
I just felt like.
No, it just copied shit from actual history. It copies cultures from actual.
Bro,
it copies fucking Avatar.
Bro,
the Avatar animation, the Fire Nation, the Water Nation. It's the same shit.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell you what.
It's just the world building is way more in depth. It had more time as well.
So for you, the plants and shit and the graphics of the water that kind of just sold it for you.
Nah, nigga, they literally explained their culture, nigga. There's two different cultures, way of lives, nigga. The way of water is
No, I'm
think
not.
that
I'm talking about
they
like.
go.
I'm talking about like the world, like that, like just looking at if ain't no
Oh, the
words being
world.
said, you just staring at the characters, the layout, the idea. Like, do you just feel
I'm
like that world was better?
gonna
No, I
expand
mean
on that.
even then, each culture had different looks and styles and different ways of how they do things. Like
So you feel like
they really
Avatar?
went in
You
depth
feel
with
like
it on
Avatar
Avatar.
sold it better?
Yeah.
I think Avatar, that shit was a distraction from the plot, which was no plot. That's what I felt like that shit was. They're like, oh,
I
let's make a big beautiful
well you
movie
could
because we don't
yeah
got
you
no
could say
plot.
that, but you can't.
Now,
Avatar
see, when
had
Tyrek say
great
it,
world building
it's
though.
cool when they do it.
Dog. So my
Oh
thing
my
as a
god.
creator, like the movie, the environment and the art style and everything enhanced the plot. It made the plot,
Facts.
but like, oh, I
And
don't
on
think
top of that,
Avatar did
Tyrek,
it.
like you said, even without that, the story and the plot is still good. It's
Makes
still
sense.
interesting.
Yeah,
Avatar
I
don't
feel
And you
have
like
know
that.
what?
The
You know what's
story is
crazy?
trash.
You can't pull that away from Avatar because literally the
But
environment is the plot. It's the way of
Exactly.
water.
This
Like
yeah,
it
that
it's
has
is
no
the
literally the
story
entire.
plot.
without that.
but the thing
But
I
you
feel
could,
like
people argument is about the creator is that the plot isn't very interesting. It's just,
That's cap.
you know,
Who's saying that? They're
no,
lying.
I feel like I don't think because the plot in Avatar is Pocahontas. How's that still interesting? It's literally
that's true.
Pocahontas and Last of the Mohegans.
One
Like,
thing I'll say about the creator, that plot line of AI versus human is not a new thing, but it's still
At
interesting. The
all.
way that they
Yeah.
did it in this
but
movie is still
it was a
interesting.
good
Yeah, the way
twist.
that they told it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good twist. It was reversed. I mean, I just think I don't think every plot got to be some overarching plot. It could be a simple message, and I felt like they got the message
See,
across, and it was
see, y'all
simple. Like,
going on plot. Y'all going on plot. I'm just saying, like, this is the reason why I asked the question, right? In the creator, in the first 5 minutes, remember they was giving like, remember they showed that like old timey footage of the robots where it looked like it was in the 1920s, but it was present
yeah,
day. Like it was like, as soon as they started doing it, I was like, oh shit, hold on, this might be heat. As soon as I saw that, and then we saw Nomad, the way it's like literally graphing the ground as it's just flowing over the earth. I'm like, bro,
you
that
bought.
shit looked fucking menacing. I was like, yo, like it. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like I just know when I walked out of creator, I was like, I liked every single thing I saw in that movie. And
Then they had that
maybe it
one
was the
scene.
plot because
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
huh?
No, I was gonna
What'd
say
you say?
they had that one scene where I think it's still in the beginning of the movie where the fucking nomad goes off, but it's like in the distance, so you see the flash and then the sound come
Oh
in later.
nigga, yeah.
Fire, fire.
Fam. And one thing I liked about this movie as well, they was not shy to show that like they was mowing niggas down, bro. Like niggas was getting
Oh yeah,
beat
yeah.
up, shot in the fucking head. It was like AI robots, but you
Yeah.
kind of forget they robots. Like they really feel like they're slaughtering niggas on screen. So I don't know, man. I was like, man, I didn't get when I left Avatar. I just felt like it was pretty, but you know
No
what I think
substance, no
probably.
substance. There was no substance to it. That's it.
Well, before
You
we
know what
get
I
too
think
deep,
fucked it up.
I want to get Red Pick because Red Pick still hasn't given his review.
Oh
Oh
shit, my
man,
bad.
I
Go
man,
ahead.
y'all said everything out. All right. Hey man, hey, when I reviewed it on Instagram, you follow me at King Chris One, get the reviews there when it happened, hey, this movie gonna become I ain't gonna say too much, but this movie gonna become a cult classic, dog, like a sci-fi cult
I
classic.
can see
It's
that.
not
I can see that.
it's not gonna be like it's not gonna have the same impact as like Star Wars or some shit, but nigga,
Yeah.
this shit is it's gonna be like Blade Runner, cause Blade Runner was a flop, but it's like you know,
Cold
uh,
hit. Yeah, cold
ever
classic. Yeah.
yeah, code hit. Yeah, so I don't have no excuse. Also, the sound. None of y'all mentioned the soundtrack, dog. The music in the music in this movie is fire.
Oh
What was
yeah,
that song
facts.
one time? They had a when they went
They
on the
had the
little journey.
Radiohead.
I
They had
forgot.
my shit in it. Yeah, they had my shit in the
Yeah,
Radiohead
that shit
song.
was hard. I was like, yeah. And if you see it in Dolby, the music was it just all came together, dog. Yeah, but my everything I agree with everything else here. My only complaint was the third act was rushed as hell. It was like I forgot the name of the third act. I think it was the because it was cut up into like three
The
parts. The
mother.
child,
No, it
the
wasn't
Yeah.
the mother.
mother, and
It was the creator. It was called the creator.
yeah, and the ending was just rushed as hell. Cause I thought the movie was gonna end after she died and shit. Oh my bad.
Oh,
Well, we not. Yeah, I thought
Oh,
my
shit.
bad. Well, I thought the movie was gonna end at that point, and then the third act, I like, oh shit. I was like, okay, and it just happened so fast. I'm like, what the hell? That's literally my only complaint about the movie. It's gorgeously shot, entertaining. Uh, Yeah.
I will say I did like how the ending caught me off guard. Like I wasn't expecting it to go that
Oh,
way.
the reunion.
Yeah, I
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
expecting it to go
Oh,
that way, but yeah.
also, I want to say, man, John David Washington, man, we gotta start having a conversation again, dog. He's better than Denzel Washington.
Oh
Nigga,
my
he's better than
god.
Denzel
Come
Washington.
on,
This
man.
movie
Come on,
shits
man.
all over Equalizer 3, nigga. Stop playing with him, nigga.
Bro,
He's better than his
Denzel's on
daddy
the
now,
tail
nigga.
end of his career. Come on, bro.
I'm talking about as of right now, he is better than Denzel Washington.
You know what's so
You
funny though?
you-
I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with JD. They call him JD. I fuck with JD heavy. Like I really want to see him in more movies.
That's what I'm
But
saying, dog.
there was some moments in The Creator where I was like, "Ooh, I don't like his delivery of that line." Like cause
Hey,
you can still
Wonton,
tell.
I
You can
was
still tell he has a. He's a great actor, but he still has a lot to learn. Think about
fam.
he only been acting for
Oh,
like 5 years, 6 years, so he
that
still got
you know
some.
what's crazy?
And you know another thing I like
Wait,
about
he's
he
only
not
been
just
at it for
playing
5
himself in
years.
movies, dog.
Yeah, so he used to play. He used to be an athlete. He didn't get into acting until like I want
Huh?
to
Yeah,
say.
he was on the Rams. Yeah, he's on the Rams.
Yeah, he
He
used to
was on
play.
the Rams, nigga. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he
Never
didn't get into acting until I want to say like 2016, maybe. Like it's been
mind.
recent. It's been recent. 2017. It's been recent.
Nigga, I didn't know he was on the Rams, so this nigga been famous. What the fuck?
No. He wasn't. He
He was
wasn't.
that.
Yeah, he wasn't famous. He was just on the team. I think he got dropped.
Yeah.
This
But
nigga
yeah.
was on the Rams and then just started. See, that is. I mean, I know he in the NFL, but that's nepotism right there, nigga. My dad, Denzel Washington, I'm on the fucking Rams, and now I'm just about to get into some major fucking blockbusters. Think about that nigga repertoire. Nigga did Tenet. Like, what? Off of what? Did he go to an acting school, or did he, like, what? Where did he get?
So I'm gonna tell you his first. It says 2017.
Black Klansman? I remember that one.
Love Beats Rhymes. That was 2017, and then he was in Black Klansman in 2018.
Yeah.
So that's 7 years that he's been, or no, I'm tripping, 6 years.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, that's a crazy come up, but I mean, he can act.
Nigga,
He can act though. I felt Tenet was a little bit, I don't know if his best performance. I mean, he was a
You
good
like
at the
Tenet?
movie, but every time I go back and watch the movie, I'm like, this is so pretentious. I'm like, the first time I watched it, I was like, all right, I get what he's trying to do. But every time I watch my dog, I'm like, nah. Inception got better each watch, and I feel like Tenet gets worse with each watch.
I love Tenet, man.
No,
I
Tenet
love
is heat.
You know,
Tenet is heat.
Hey, blame your daddy, Christopher Nolan. That's y'all
And
daddy.
on top of that,
Keep
even
it
if you don't
wrong.
like Tenet, you can't say it was because of him. He killed that shit. He was fire in Tenet to me. He was
fam,
absolutely fire.
even
in
the
Tenet.
villain, everything about that movie was
Yeah.
fucking fire.
And the
So,
fight scenes, bro,
I
that scene
love
where they
the
fighting in
villain.
reverse.
Bro,
What the
I'm
fuck?
just-
That
Oh
shit
yeah,
was fire.
that was fire.
cool.
Yeah, that was
That
fire.
was fine. It's just the plot was just like, okay.
It's convoluted. It's a little.
It's just the plot was just. I'm like, all right, Inception was able to follow Inception really easy. Tenet to this day, I'm like, dog, come on. I'm really trying to follow that
How do
shit.
y'all not get Tenet, bro? It
I don't,
explains
bro,
it at the end.
dog. I don't get it, dog. And somehow I had a video explained to me. And I'm like, dog, maybe I'm just.
He
I
said
understand
it's just
Kingdom Hearts,
confusing.
dog. I'm like, maybe I'm stupid. I understand Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear Solid fucking story. I don't understand what the fuck is going on in Tenet.
You know what's funny about Tenet?
Don't
It's
get
kind of
it.
like Inception. Once you watch it the first time and you understand how that world works, when you rewatch it, it makes more sense. And so it take
Dog,
like
I
two.
get
I'd
more
say it take like 2
confused.
watches.
I got
The
more
only thing,
confused, dog.
the only thing in Tenet I still don't understand was where that rogue bullet came from when they went to auditorium. I still don't know who shot that random ass shot.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. There's a lot of scenes like that in that movie. I'm like, dog, are you gonna explain that?
No, they did. Like, because I saw it twice in one weekend. Like, other than that random bullet, everything else made sense to me because I mean, I don't want. Well, fuck it. If you ain't seen it now, you ain't seen it. But John Davis started that whole organization, and then the Robert Pattinson nigga, he helped him build it. Like all of that shit. They kind of explained it at the end, but I can see what you're saying. If it's one or two spots where you like, I don't know why or what was said or done right here.
Reason. Yeah, and that's why. And then the sound was so fucked up. I was hard to hear what the fuck.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that's why I was
That
like,
movie's
dog.
quiet as fuck.
And that's why when I watched it at home, I was okay. They kind of fixed it, but then I'm like, damn, I wish they fixed it while I was watching it in the movie theater. Maybe that's why I have a bad taste in my mouth because the sound mixing was so. I always bring this shit up. it was bad, dog. That shit was horrible. I'm so glad they fixed it in Oppenheimer, but yeah, that's what made the movie fucked up to me. I don't think Inception was that crazy, where the sound mixing was that bad. I feel like I understood what everyone was saying, and the voices weren't drowned out. In Tenet, I felt like when they were trying to explain something important, the sound of the background was just drowning everything out. So that's why I probably to this day still don't fuck with that movie like that. But yeah, all time.
Yeah, man, we gotta have a discussion on why he's better, dog.
You know what's funny?
Man.
As you say that, while we was talking about the creator, I was gonna say, I'm waiting for John David to have that film that puts him into a because if you just look at his slate, nigga, because remember he did the black and white movie with Zendaya on Netflix, didn't he? Where was that?
That was on Netflix.
Remember he did that? It was on Netflix. So he got the stat sheet, but I'm waiting on the movie to kind of say like, all right, this nigga, this is defines like this is the best he's ever acted. Like when I see him in so far in each movie, I haven't seen a progression of skill, and maybe that's because of like who he's like. What the fuck?
What?
Damn, nigga.
Dead body.
My high school is across the city, but my high school just sent a they just put fireworks in there that spelled the school name. What the fuck? That was crazy, nigga. What the yeah, I haven't seen a movie yet that just made me feel like, all right, if anyone doubts his acting ability, go watch that. Which is why I'm excited to see Leonardo's Killers of the Flower Moon or the Midnight Moon or whatever the fuck. I'm really excited to see that. Cause they talking like that's gonna be it.
Yeah. We gonna see.
Yeah, like I said, he's a great actor. He's one of my new favorites. I just want to see him in more stuff. I want to see him get more roles, which he will. I mean, he's been killing it. But
yeah,
do y'all have any more things to say about the creator before we go to the next?
I'm gonna finish up.
Okay.
I thought the theme of the shit was crystal clear. I have 2 complaints. My first complaint, besides the third act, nigga, I went to the movies. It was only like 15 people in that theater, dog. And I was kind of mad after the fact. Like, niggas complain about, movies not being original anymore, and they don't want, pony up the time and money to go see these original movies, dog. And we keep getting the Marvel movies.
Yep.
And it's sad, dog, because this movie is different. Like, to me, well, not different, but like, we don't get movies like this.
Yeah, it's like it's a little refreshing because it's like I said, we haven't seen shit like this in a while.
And I'm saying like this
strike, dog.
Bro, if we keep getting original movies and they flop bad like this is only gonna get worse, dog. It's gonna be like straight to Netflix movies, cheap looking movies.
The thing that's been kind of fucked up for this year specifically is 2 things. One, we've learned that people only go to the movies when it's a movie that's like it has to have that wide appeal. It has to be a franchise, or it has to have like I don't know. It's
like a big name, a big face behind.
Yeah, like certain movies this year have had amazing.
And I think it depends on when it comes out.
Certain movies this year have had amazing sales, right? But there's been a lot of movies this year that have just flopped, or even if they didn't flop, they didn't meet studio expectations. Because
what movies were y'all disappointed in their performance? Because I feel like the movies we were looking forward to did amazing. Barbie, John Wick, Oppenheimer, Mission Impossible. Like, what movies did y'all feel like were
Mission Impossible flops, nigga.
Yeah, and see,
I'm
not talking about myself specifically. I'm just more talking about movies in general. When it comes to like original movies or even just smaller movies, they haven't been doing that well. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One, COVID kind of changed people's pattern when it comes to movie. There's a lot of people who just ever since COVID, they don't go to the fucking movies. They'd rather just watch it on streaming, which is a lot easier when you think about how movies go to streaming way quicker than they used to. Bro, a movie can come out and it'll literally hit digital within 3 weeks or some like it's crazy. And then you add on the fact that there's a strike where they can't promote or market these movies that happened. I mean, the strike's been going on since the fucking summer, like late spring. So it's a lot that affected movies this year. We'll have to see what happens going forward. But yeah, man, I don't know. it's
Yeah.
kind of rough out here for movie theaters in general and movies
Yep.
like box
Hey
office
man,
wise.
if you keep paying for only Spider-Man, nigga, that's all you gonna get. It's like you keep paying for superhero movies and shit, that's all you're gonna get, dog. We ain't gonna get no unique
Well,
original IPs like
I
that.
just think
anymore.
people have to do the audience too. I mean, I feel like America's gotten even stupider, so people just
Yeah.
are not drawn to movies like this anymore. And then I just think people are so used to watching shit on streaming that I'll just watch that when it comes
Yeah.
out on streaming. They're like, oh, I'm not even gonna bother going to the movies. But like 10 to
Yep.
15 years ago, we had no choice but to go to the movies to watch this shit or wait like 6 months for it to hit TNT or on TV. So like people are just waiting. I think that's the thing. It's like wait for Game Pass. Niggas just
And you know it's funny?
waiting for fucking
I
streaming.
I think I don't know about y'all, but like the ticket prices they've gone up, right? And I don't think many people are going to the movies as you. I think the ticket prices are like inflating the box office at like how much money it's making. I don't know. Y'all think so?
Tickets are definitely expensive, and that's another reason why
Cause they like $20,
would
$30 now.
rather. Yeah, it's another reason people rather wait for streaming. Especially think
Yeah,
about
and
it this way: if
and
you
that's why the
have
price keep going up.
if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, if you have children, them tickets gonna add up, bro. Like you spending them,
Yeah.
and that's not even counting the snacks. Like, so I can understand it. That's why it's good to have the AMC A plus, but that's not for everybody. Like if you're somebody who don't go to the movies that often, it makes no sense to pay $20 a month for that subscription.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think the ticket prices are really a cost for it. I just think it's hard to get people out the house to do shit anymore. Like just in general, like even think about it. People don't even go to the mall to shop for clothes no more. Like people don't really just go out in public like that. Like there's just a lot of shit. Like online is kind of fucked us as a society in that sense, where like no one wants to go outside and do shit no more. Like
Well, I'll put
if
it to
there's
you this way.
if another option, they'll take it, and there's streaming's other options.
I'll put it to you this way, Tyler.
convenient.
When it comes to ticket prices, if it's a movie you're really interested in, you're gonna pay that ticket price regardless because you want to see it.
Yeah, but
If it's a movie that's not really like just off a trailer, it's not really interesting. It's not really pulling you in, and the ticket price is fucking $16. You're definitely not gonna watch it. But if that ticket price was $5 and you got some free time, I feel like most people would say, you know what, fuck it, I got free time. Let me go see this movie. That's what I do with AMC A plus because that A plus allows me to see movies that I might otherwise skip because I get 3 free movies a week. So ticket prices, and Grimy said a good point in the chat. He said ticket prices aren't keeping up with the experience. Every theater got good seats and good sound. He's right. There's even some theaters. We don't have one here, but there's a theater. I think it's called is it Alamo Draft House or it's something. Basically, it's like it's a movie theater, but it has a full bar, like not one of them theater bars, like a full bar. It has actual food. It has gourmet popcorn options. They make it an experience, like so you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Not every theater is doing that. So that's another factor I think too.
I only like the big chains got the money to do it though. So for real.
Yeah,
Like AMC, Regal, and Cinemark, right?
Yeah, I just think people at the same time just don't care about some movies anymore. It was different. You gotta remember, like when I know Rep is like younger than me. When I was growing up, like going to the movies was like that was like a thing people just did because that was like, oh, let's go to the movies. Like that was like even if there was nothing crazy.
It was a pastime. It was a pastime.
It was like a thing that you just go. It's like going to Blockbuster, like on Fridays and shit. Like people was, oh, let's go to Blockbuster, and then
that's why I still love it. I grew up with them in the movie theaters. That's why I still love it.
It's like eventually a lot of this shit, just technology kills a lot of this shit, and I just feel like it's so easy to sit on your couch, sit on your ass, order food, click on the streaming, and watch that shit later, and that's it. Like I just feel like that's the thing. There's an easier option of doing this in the comfort of your own home. And that's good and bad. And I think the ticket price has something to do with it. But I feel like even back then, the tickets were expensive relative to what we were making back then. Like, too. Like, yeah, in our head, like $6, like back then when was $6, and now it's like what Cheap Nigga Tuesdays is what $7 now.
Yeah,
so what?
Like
Adobe Vision ticket is like
spend,
$16 to $17, bro. This shit is crazy.
Why? Oh, I was like. Why spend like $25 on like a ticket? Say you going with you and your girl, like you spending $50 plus you buying concessions, nigga. I might as well wait till it comes to streaming.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And pop some popcorn at home. It's like
that's the thing though. that's the Game Pass thing. It's like fuck, I might as well wait for Game Pass, and then it's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
that's what I'm trying to say. The subscription shit is kind of like gonna water down everything to either be. Eventually, they're just gonna stop making these movies, and they're not gonna be on these streaming shits anymore.
Well, let me tell you what I think,
it-
and it's kind of unfortunate, but I can see this happening in the next 10, 15 years. I think there will be a huge decline in movie theaters. It's not going to go away completely, but I think we'll see where only the major chains survive, and they're going to start shifting to premiere experiences. Like, for example, you know how the big thing about Oppenheimer was, oh, you got to see it in 70 millimeter. You got to see it in 70 millimeter. Stuff like that is going to be why people go to the movies. It's going to be those particular type of experience that you can't get at home. Or like a big movie like those superhero movies. Like, they're going to start catering to those more and more and more, to the point where those are literally the only movies that people go out to go see. Any other movie is going to be like a streaming only thing. It's going to be like I said, like a premiere experience where only certain movies are going to be in the theaters. I think that'll happen eventually. I just don't want theaters to go away completely. I mean, I would hate that personally. I love going to the movie.
It's gonna
theaters,
always
but
be like a place for it, I think, because like niche.
It basically what I'm saying is movie theaters will at some point become like a niche thing for like enthusiasts.
Yeah.
I can see that happen.
That's bad.
Yeah.
What?
You're
Hey, Alex, you sound far away from your mic, dog.
Damn, I'm using my earbuds. Okay, never mind. Let me switch to my phone. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I just think that's the issue, because look at all the movies you got in the early 2000s. Remember we had that list of underrated movies, and it was all movies from the mid 2000s. Like, that's gone, dog. Like that's not like all those movies we named was because people just went out to go watch. Like, there was like an audience for that, and that audience is just gone. And I think if the audience was there, people would go watch it, even if it was $15 a ticket. I feel like those smaller budget movies had like a purpose because they realized that the audience was there to watch it, and that audience, I think, is just aged out or they're gone. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to like figure out what's the main root cause of this shit. I think streaming has a big part of it, but I think American culture just had a big ass.
Also,
shift.
if we've been honest, the economy is ass right now. There's people don't want to go out and spend all that money in a movie theater.
Yeah, but people have been talking about the movie theater spending for years, though. Like, it's not something new. People were bitching about movie theater tickets 10 years ago. It's like they've always been ever since I've been younger and had like the chance to actually like think about this shit. People always bitched about movie theater prices. I don't think there's anything new.
Even when it was $5 a ticket.
Well, that was only Tuesdays though. Like when I was like in high school,
They still got $5 Tuesdays. I think.
Movie tickets were like $8.50 when I was like a freshman in high school. That's 2006. So. But back then that was a lot of money though, because $8.50 now versus back then, that's a lot more money back then. Yeah, and so that's what I'm trying to say. It's all relative. So people were bitching about movies when it got to $11. Now that's just $15. It's like, nah, people just bitch about it because they don't like spending that money to go watch. They rather get that shit for free, and that's what, or they rather pay that monthly subscription and all that shit for like, well, quote unquote, in that subscription, and you're watching a whole bunch of movies at the same time. That's why Netflix is so fucking popular. It's not because like, oh, Netflix has this crazy ass show. Yeah, they do, but it's the multitude of shows you can watch for $20 a month. That's what made Netflix so popular, and I think that's what is making people not wanting to go to the movies no more.
Would y'all be mad if movies became more like, because they're more of a what's the word you use?
Niche.
Wonton? Yeah, if they're more niche and cater to like the hobbyists and the people that really, really like cinema, if that equaled better movies, better turnout, more creative stories, would y'all prefer a world like that?
Yeah, I just think it's
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. I just know it's going to hurt small business, like people who like those theater owners who don't have big chains. They're pretty much going to get phased out if it continues the way that it's going.
They're getting phased out right now.
Yeah. So. And I said this before on here. There's a podcast I watched. There's a podcast I watched by Kevin Smith. He's a movie director, and he actually bought his own movie theater like last year. And like every other week they do the show, he's always talking about like the theater. Being a movie theater owner there's no money in it. He said the only way they make money is off concessions, and you don't get concessions if people don't show up. So I think he said in 2023 he's only had 2 movies that brought people in the theater. He said it was Barbie, and I think Mario. Outside of that, he said the theater's been slow. But keep in mind, he's a small theater. He only has like 4 screens in his theater. He's not like an AMC or anything. It's a small theater. So, but yeah, shit like that, they're gonna get fucked. But
I mean, he'll get bought out by somebody, AMC or that's what they're doing now. Like all of a sudden, those big cinema chains are just buying that shit up because they realize they need more theaters to compensate for the less seats they're putting in the theater.
well, see, he's also luckier than most small theater owners in that he has his own audience because he makes his own movies. So the way he's been making money is he does private screenings. Well, not private, but he does screenings of like his own movies, or he'll do screenings of like older movies, and his fan base will come out. So that's how he makes, or he'll do like live meet and greets and shit. So that's how he makes money. But not every person has that ability. So yeah.
Yo, y'all remember when I didn't do this, but when kids would have like a movie party at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Do they do that shit anymore?
You can still do that. AMC still lets you do that, but nobody does it.
No one. That's bro. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Like no one even thinks about doing shit like that no more.
Yeah.
You know that's how I think the culture just shifted. Where dog, like I remember I was high school, so I didn't do that shit no more. But I remember like going to the movies and like on weekends, and these kids will be in there doing their birthday celebrations down there, and it's like that's not a common thing no more. Like people they'll do that shit at home because they got I don't know that. I
think AMC you can rent a whole theater for like $100.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah, you can rent it. Yeah, it's just I don't see it, but that should be a thing for kids and shit for parents to do for their kids' birthdays and shit. So it's just crazy how like that's gone.
Bro, kids nowadays they don't have the attention span for that shit, dog.
That's true. So
yeah, that's cool, man. We can get to the next review.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Who saw Saw? Who saw Saw X?
Me.
Red Peg seen it. Alex, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Red Peg, go ahead and give your thoughts on Saw X real quick. Well, first, before you do that, let me open up the scenery for this movie. Let me get y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but Saw X is the newest entry in the Saw franchise. It takes place between Saw 2 and Saw 3. Is that correct? Is it 1 and 2 or is it 2 and 3?
I thought it was 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2.
So I haven't seen the movie yet.
1 and 2.
I am going to go see it.
It's a direct sequel. It's a direct sequel to 1 and it's a prequel to 2.
Okay.
So
well, the quick synopsis here, it says, hoping for a miraculous cure, John Kramer, who's the main, he plays Jigsaw. He's basically Jigsaw in the movies. John Kramer travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. Armed with a newfound purpose, the infamous serial killer uses deranged and ingenious traps to turn the tables on the con artists. This is the first Saw movie since technically Spiral, because I think Spiral came out in 2019, but Spiral was kind of like a standalone. And then they had Jigsaw in 2017, which we just watched in the Movie Guys. We did the Movie Guys movie night. Jigsaw was great, bro. That's actually my first time seeing it. Jigsaw was fire, so I can't wait to see Saw X. I actually rewatched Saw 1 last week. That movie still holds up, bro. Very, very good. But yeah, we can go ahead and get into Red Pig. Look at E-Rock. He said that's spoilers. That's not spoilers. If it's in the damn synopsis, a synopsis tell you what a movie's about. How is you gonna know what the movie about if you don't? But yeah, Red Pig, go ahead and give your review.
So I'm gonna be real. This is like the first ever Saw movie I've finished in like totality. I wasn't excited to see it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just seen it for the podcast. I ain't gonna lie. It's a 7 out of 10 to me. It's better. It's surprisingly good. Better than I thought it was gonna be. It's a great.
Did it scare you though? Did it scare you?
It's a great driving there. Nah, it's not scary. It's more like a make you like some of the kills and shit is crazy. Well, people say it's not as crazy as the Saw movies. I can't. They
call it gore porn or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it make you like cringe. Like, oh my god, like you gonna clench your butt cheeks or feet. You know what I mean? Yeah, nigga, it's a great character driven narrative for John Kramer. It actually make you feel for that nigga. Like he's like sadistic. Like he's crazy as fuck. really, when you think about him and his little assistant. I forgot her name. The villain, like I don't know. This movie is just, bro. I can't say too much about this movie, dog.
Would you give it out of 10?
I say I give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Suspenseful,
okay.
gory.
That's pretty good for you if you don't like horror movies.
You sympathize with Jigsaw. I don't fuck with scary movies, dog. Movies like these.
Jack made a good point. He said no Saw movie is scary. He's right. They're not really scary, but they're more like,
yeah, that's why. Yeah,
it's just gory. It's gory, off-putting. And the thing that I like about Saw is there's always a level of like, some sort of twist or something. Like in Jigsaw,
bro.
where you
And
find
I
out
seen some people,
who the killer is and all
and
that.
I seen some people complaining that they didn't like how they was trying to make Kramer like relatable and make you feel for Kramer and Amanda.
Why not?
I don't know like that. And also, ain't Amanda, ain't she like, she's supposed to be young, right? Because she looked a little old in this movie. Anybody know?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. She looked, I was like, this bitch old as hell. She his assistant? I don't know. She from the past movies, right? Oh, did anybody stay for the, Alex, did you stay for the post credit scene?
Do the post credit scene?
Alex?
Yeah, I think I did. What was the well shit, I don't want to spoil.
When your boy showed up and niggas was like in the theater cheering when he showed up, like, oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie, I think I walked out by then. No wait, no I
Oh,
no, yeah,
you
yeah.
never stay for post credit scenes,
No,
dog.
yeah, I did. I stayed.
This nigga always walk out for
wasn't
post credit scenes.
that wasn't like a you talking about the black dude, right?
Yeah, when they show the little white dude,
Cheered?
huh?
People cheered when that dude came on screen.
Yeah, apparently that nigga is a big deal. Like he's like somebody from the from Saw 2, I think. He's somebody from Saw 2.
Saw 2 was Donnie
I
Wahlberg.
didn't know.
Saw 2 was Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg's brother.
Yeah, him.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He showed up,
A black
and
dude.
people were cheering like, "Oh my god," and shit. So I think they like looking to do more spin-offs or whatever the fuck.
Well, you know what's crazy,
I would've-
and it's not really a spoiler if anybody's seen Saw. I mean, the movies are fucking old as shit now. He dies in Saw 3. Kramer. He dies in Saw 3. So the thing that I read
Cancer,
is,
or he just get killed. Oh.
well, I actually don't remember, but the thing that I saw was the people who made Saw X, the producer and the writer, whatever. He basically says that he regrets killing him in Saw 3 because, as we can see, the movies still do very well when he's in the movie. But they can't really retcon it. His death is very tied to.
They gotta make shit.
It's very tied to the sequels that come after Saw 3. They can't really retcon it for like him to be alive. So the only thing they can really do is keep making movies that take place before Saw 3.
In between,
Yeah. So, I mean, me personally, I don't have an issue with that as long as the movies are good. But it might get a little crazy if they end up doing like fucking 5 movies before Saw 3.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if people was complaining or not. I feel like the traps. I feel like I've seen them before. I don't know if they was running out of creative games and traps to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like most of the traps was recycled from other movies or some shit. I thought they were gonna come up with some new shit.
Nigga, not that
Or I
eyeball
guess
one.
this is just showing this was. Oh, the eyeball. That was like that's literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Well,
So I'm like,
I ain't seen the movie yet, so I can't
I didn't
say
think none of it. I was like, oh, I was about to say if that was the only new thing. I don't know, Alex, if you know. But yeah.
Well, Alex, you can go ahead and give your review. Red Pig, then.
And also, what would you classify this movie as? Because I don't really think it's a horror movie.
It's a thriller.
Real. Like, it's not a slasher. It's not. Oh, I'm about to say it's not. Okay, yeah, it's a thriller.
It's torture porn. That's what it is.
You can call it body horror. It's technically it's a genre of horror. It's still a genre of horror.
I feel like it's those Hostel movies where like the Hostel movies ain't really scary. It's just I don't know. It's like
they call them torture porn movies, man.
Yeah, it's just
also,
under
one
horror.
last thing.
Yeah.
One last thing I would say, the special effects were pretty good.
Ooh, I just had a crazy thought, Alex. You know how fucking crazy it would be if they let the nigga that made Possessor do a Saw movie?
Fam, what?
that
would
be crazy, bro.
Hell no.
You talking about body horror, nigga? What?
Hey,
he would take that shit to the next level.
That should be an episode one day where we say like a dream team of genre, like what director you feel like should take over this franchise? Like fuck around and be like Ari Aster takes over Saw or some shit, or like Wes Anderson takes over Marvel or some shit. I don't know. It's some
This
crazy
nigga.
shit. We should do that.
Oh yeah.
But
I
it's
keep thinking of things
oh, go
about
ahead.
this movie, dog. Oh, also the plot twist. It was well, I seen the plot twist coming. Honestly, it wasn't that good to me. That's not a complaint. You seen that shit coming? Did you see the plot twist coming, Alex?
Yeah, I pretty much see him in most movies.
Yeah. As soon as I'm like, people at theaters like shocked. I was like, yeah, this movie it's straight.
7 out of
I
10
feel
for you,
like
huh?
This is a sadly this is sadly a wait for stream. Actually, this is a wait to come to streaming. You should wait for it to come to streaming.
yeah. I feel like what heralded the first few Saw movies was like the ingenuity of Kramer because he was a civil engineer and an architect. So
Yeah.
he was able to just come up with the craziest fucking torture traps. Like, what other movie have y'all can y'all think of, a franchise or villain rather, comes up with just like menacing traps? Like he literally tortures the person, but then doubles back and says, "Well, I didn't kill you. You have the choice. How much do you value
Oh
life?"
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? That's always been his shtick.
yeah.
And I can't think of another franchise right now, at least, where that's been the whole thing. Is every time we see a movie, we try to think we look forward to how more complex and crazy and menacing can these traps get. You see what I'm saying? That's been the whole pull of
Yeah.
Saw. Like that's what the whole thing is. The first one was easy enough to where it feels like an escape room puzzle, and you just like, would you cut your foot off? But Saw 2, Saw 3, and all that, it started getting like, who the fuck is making these traps? Like these directors are fucking sick. Like we used to have the DVD cases in my parents' crib, bro. Like we had the DVD case where it's literally blood in the CD case as you hold it. You see what I'm saying? Like we used to have like
Oh,
they
that's
was going
fire.
all the way with yeah. You know, like the ghost mask, how it has the fake blood in the
Yeah.
mask. That's what
Oh yeah,
the
damn.
DVD
Okay, that's
cases had
fire.
that blood in. Yeah. Um, for me, this movie,
Alex Jack said Home Alone with the traps.
yeah, I guess, yeah. Um, but like in a mature setting, you know what I mean? Like this, to me, the traps in this movie weren't anything crazy. They kind of felt like, to me, they didn't feel creative enough. Like it was
Mm.
kind of like on some, oh, okay, I could see how, okay, cool, cool. The eyeball thing was probably the one that made me go, what the fuck? And of course they used that as the poster for the movie.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the
and
most unique
and it's the
kill in the
first
movie.
kill.
Yeah, that's pretty, and it wasn't
Right.
even like, and what, fuck, I don't want to spoil it, but it wasn't even, I don't even count it. You know, and Redhead, you know why I don't count it. I don't even count that one.
Yeah,
Um, but
is in the trailer. Yeah.
I just feel like I've seen crazier traps in other movies that made us go like, "What the hell?" Like this one just more so felt like y'all ready to see blood. You know what I mean? Like it was like
Yeah.
it was kind of lukewarm
Well, real quick,
with the
E-Rock
creativity.
said he freestyled the traps. So that's another
Does
thing.
that really help? My issue with this
Huh?
movies and shit is
Freestyle?
like,
What?
You talking about in the
go ahead.
movie?
Well, I think because he's. I mean, granted,
He he
I haven't seen the movie, but it
say
sounded like he
saying
wasn't planning to kill those people.
freestyle.
He did that
He
after he.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, he freestyled because he was in a location and used what was around him. But I don't care about that. I'm looking at I came to see a movie in the traps. The traps weren't as creative as they usually are. Now we gave them the gore, we gave them the blood, we gave them the it's gonna make you crawl and scream in your seat. That's cool. I'm just saying I've seen crazier shit happen in these movies. That's all. Um,
Is that
other
just
than the
because
trap.
there's so much movies that you can't really make any more creative traps? Is that probably
No,
why?
I wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't even say that because there's plenty of mediums of all types of art, engineering, all types of shit where people come up with creative shit all the time in fashion, in technology, in fucking, even in photography. Like, there's still shit that people do in cinematography that is like no one else is doing this. There's always somebody somewhere doing something cutting edge. It's just about doing the research of finding those people out or getting a team that can do that. You see what I'm saying? There's always going to
Yeah.
be somebody that can think of some cooler shit. I'm especially at a franchise this level. I'm not about to get the well, we've just done so many. No. I want that's how you got your name your name was your traps and they being crazier
Right.
every movie. So the traps were cool. They weren't the best out of the franchise. This movie's whole purpose, and I'm not spoiling nothing, it essentially it's trying to make you side with Kramer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
It did a
and
good
whether
job
people
at it. I
want
ain't gonna
to
lie to you.
and whether people want to admit it or not, we don't watch Saw movies because we feel bad for the people. Keep in mind, every time he has somebody, they're fucked up people. There's never been a
Yeah.
person in a Saw movie where it's
They're not
like they
innocent.
didn't deserve that. Yeah, they're not innocent. So we've always kind of fucked with Kramer because it's like, yeah, he's fucking crazy. He's a serial killer, whether he want to admit it or not. He puts people in situations for them to die. Um, we've never had to truly care if we liked them or not. We just want to see the traps. We want to root for somebody to get out of the trap, right? Because he technically makes it to where, well, that's kind of why that girl was fucking up. Because remember, Amanda was doing traps where she was making it to where people couldn't get out of them. That's where she fucked up. Like, I don't know if y'all remember that, but even in this movie, she made a comment saying like, "Yeah, well, she doesn't deserve a second chance." And he's like, "No, no, everybody deserves a chance to choose what they want to do with their life." And if y'all remember in the movie, she was making shit that you couldn't really get out of. You see what I'm saying? Um, so they kind of alluded to that in this movie. I mean, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool, bro. It picked up. It took a little while to pick up. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably like 30,
Yeah,
40
it definitely
minutes in where
did.
I was like, okay. But you're letting the movie allow you to see more of Kramer. You're letting the movie kind of get you to be sympathetic towards this man. You see what I'm saying? Um, all in all, it was a good movie. I agree with Red Pig. Wait for streaming. This isn't anything that you need to rush out and see.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad is the biggest Saw fan that I've ever met. This nigga rewatches every Saw movie every year, and I went to see it with him and my mom. And when we walked out, he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It was good. Yeah, you know."
Man, he wasn't
Uh,
feeling like it was just
but
good. Oh.
that's and that literally when we walked out, me and my mom looked at my dad and said, "So what you think?" He's like, "It was a good movie. It was a good movie." But I know my dad. Like I know if that shit was fire, all he would be saying is, dude. I didn't get one. I didn't get one dude. I didn't get one dude. So if nothing else, I said the biggest Saw fan I know, he said it was a cool movie. And to me, I agree. Wait for streaming if you want to see some shit,
Yeah.
some gore shit. Cause I mean, it ain't like you said, it ain't many hostels nowadays. It ain't many fucking uh House of Waxes. It ain't many Night of the Living Dead. Like there's not much gore going around. I mean, Evil Dead. I'll give Evil Dead that, but there's not much like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not much like that, right? You either gonna see Saw or you gonna see Nun or The Exorcism or fucking it be what's that other movie? It belongs in the night or what's the other one?
I
There's
know you're
another
talking
movie
about. I
that's out
forgot.
right
It's like
now.
an Indian. They got Indian girls in it. I can't remember the name.
I don't no, it's like a PG-13 alien abduction movie, some shit. I forgot what it's called, but it ain't much to go see, bro. And they always release around Halloween type shit. So if you
The best horror
bored, go
movie I've
see it
seen
and
this year
whatnot.
was Talk to Me. Still,
Facts.
so
Talk to me. Did I say talk to me?
And Evil Dead
Evil Dead
being
was
a
cool, but
second.
some people don't like it for some reason. I liked it,
That shit is
but
Well, I
like
mean,
you
it was
said.
some
That's called
plot points that was just stupid
like
in
you
it.
said, Alex. It's the Call of Duty a scary movie.
Yeah. Oh,
um,
did y'all see The Exorcist? The Exorcist? Did y'all already talk about that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
nah, that was gonna be next. But before we get
Oh,
to that, I
okay.
just want to say,
Yeah, talk about that mid.
as far as Saw, the movie's doing well critically, and I think even box office wise, it's doing well. So I
Yeah,
could
it's
definitely
doing
see
better
them
than
doing
its
another
other
one.
creator.
Again with Kramer, because it seems like people like the movies that he's in. So I can see that
Wait,
happening again.
I have a question. So in
But
the other movies, is that the same actor who plays
yeah, it's the
Kramer?
same actor the
Like,
whole
is
time
that the?
for all the movies.
Okay, so he been playing Saw for like 15 years now, like 15, 20
Yeah,
years now. Right?
well since '04,
Yeah. Okay.
that's like 18. No wait, no, it's almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years
Yeah, that's
next year.
almost 20 years. Yeah.
Um.
No, that's fire.
Oh yeah, I keep bro. This year felt long as fuck. I keep forgetting Scream came out this year. Scream is great. I like the new Scream.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Scream. I like
I
that movie.
really hope they don't do the next one without Jenna, because they saying she might not be able to do it. I hope she's in it because she's really good. But yeah, that's it for Saw. I am seeing Saw on Saturday, so I don't have my review just yet. But I'll probably tweet it out, let y'all know how I feel about the movie. But we can go ahead and get to the next one. Another horror movie, The Exorcist Believer. So the crazy thing about this movie, two things that jumped out to me when I first heard about this movie. One, it's a direct sequel to the first Exorcist. Which means it's all those sequels that came out after Exorcist over the years. This movie does not relate to those. It's kind of similar, and you'll find out why in a second. It's very similar to what they did to Halloween with the new Halloween movies. It ignores all the past sequels and only connects to the very first movie. Now, the reason that makes sense, the person who wrote the new Halloween trilogy is the same person that's writing this new Exorcist trilogy. So it's kind of a similar template that they're doing. The second thing that's part of that jumped out to me is the fact that it's the same writer. The reason being, those new Halloween movies fucking suck. The only good one is the first one, 2018, Halloween 2018. That movie was good. Halloween Kills, mid as hell. It's not complete ass, but it's mid as fuck. And Halloween's Ends, I'm sorry, that movie was dog shit. That movie is ass. Halloween Ends is ass. So when I found out that Buddy wrote The Exorcist, the new Exorcist, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this should look fire. Which, if you see the trailer, it looks good. To me, it looks good. But when I found out it's the same writer, I said, oh, fuck. Then it come out that the movie got a fucking 26% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics. The movie's flopping in theaters right now, so it ain't looking good. But I'll give y'all a quick synopsis. So this movie is a direct sequel to the first Exorcist movie, and it says, when his daughter Angela and her friend Catherine show signs of demonic possession, it unleashes a chain of events that forces single father Victor Fielding to confront the nadir of evil. Terrified and desperate, he seeks out Chris McNeil, she's from the first Exorcist movie, the only person alive who's witnessed anything like it before. Now I was getting ready to see this movie, but I did actually cancel my ticket just because I feel like I'd rather see Saw first. I'll still watch The Exorcist because I am curious, but I'm just not going to see it. I might see it on Sunday. I'm seeing Saw on Saturday. But so far, I think Tyrek's the only one that's seen it. Is that right?
No, Alex watched it too.
You watched it?
Oh, God bless y'all.
Yeah, I watched it. And Alex watched it.
Oh, Alex did? Okay, great. Tyrek, since you haven't talked in a minute, go ahead and give your review on The Exorcist. What'd you think? Well, first, can you tell me, Tyrek, have you seen the previous Exorcist movies or the first one?
I've seen every Exorcist movie.
Okay, so what do you think about the new one?
So the new one, I'm gonna give the rating first, so people just know. It's just 5 out of 10. I see what they were trying to do with introducing two people to exercise at the same time with the two teenagers. I don't want to spoil the movie, but you so basically they try to spoil the movie at the beginning of the movie. Like, basically you know what's gonna happen to one of the girls at the end of the movie based on the beginning of the movie. They kind of gave it away. My issue with this movie is Exorcist. The Exorcist came out in the 70s. So the 70s, that was like a new thing. People they didn't really make horror movies like that, like about possession and shit. That was like unheard of. So when that movie came out, and I was born in the 90s, but when I watched it with my mom in the 90s, like it was like a punch in the face because I just never seen anything like that. Like that and the Poltergeist, those movies.
Especially that opening scene where the bitch is going crazy and she throwing up. Yeah, that shit's great.
That's never the first time you see that is crazy. But after you do like 10 movies like that, or there's other movies like Exorcism, Emily Rose, you kind of seen it all. So, and this movie doesn't do anything to push that forward. It's basically the plot of every Exorcism movie with added, like, I'll say this. A lot of the cast members get hurt or injured or die during the movie. Not the cast members, actually the characters in the movie. So that's different because in the other Exorcist movies, usually you don't really see too much death or like, I'm gonna say like Saw scenes, and this kind of they kind of introduced like a slasher element to it a little bit in this movie, but it didn't work. I guess they were trying to add more of like that shock horror, like, oh shit, look what's going on type of stuff, and it didn't hit for me because it just looked stupid on the screen. I wish they focused more on the actual possession scenes because I felt like that's where the movie had the strongest. Everything outside of the possession scenes was not good. The father in the movie, his acting was wooden. Everyone's acting just felt so just wooden. Like there was no type of like, except for the person who cameoed from the first movie. She felt like she had some type, like she felt like she was actually in the movie. Like she knew what her role was, and she definitely was like in tune with what was going on. Everyone else acting job in the movie just felt like they were just paid to be there, and they were reading lines off.
Real quick,
They
Tyreek,
didn't
I
really
want to ask you.
see that. Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't seen the movie, but I saw some complaints about that. They said that they felt she didn't get enough of a role or enough screen time in this movie.
She didn't.
Okay.
So the thing is, she's in a lot of important parts of the movie, but it's like this. They just needed someone to show up. So like your grandparents, oh yeah, remember her? I remember her. It's that remember Mary shit. So she just showed up. She didn't really have anything to really do with the exorcism in the movie. But apparently they're making a trilogy out of this because the next one's Deceiver.
Yeah.
And that comes out next March. So I'm interested in seeing how they go, if they improve on it, or if it's gonna be more of the same.
You know what's crazy too, Tyreek? I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah.
I actually read this earlier today. They said apparently, I guess it's a result of how this movie is not doing that well. They said the next 2 movies in the trilogy might be Peacock exclusives.
Oh, I wouldn't blame them for doing that because I don't think when I went to the movie theater, I'll say this, half my theater was packed, which I was not expecting. I was expecting less people to watch it. But I feel like they're trying to bring the old fans back, and I think the old fans kind of just either they dead, like the niggas they're not alive no more. I was saying, dog, that movie came out in the 70s, so a lot of those people old as fuck, they ain't watching this, they probably ain't go to the movies like that no more. So I don't know. Like my mom was a kid when she watched that. My mom was born in the 70s, and she was a kid watching that movie. So if you're an adult watching that movie in the 70s, you probably dead, or you probably on your deathbed or close to it. So no, I just felt like, and I feel like if you're an older fan, you've seen a movie 100 times before. There's nothing. Yeah, some of the demonic possessions, it's not scary anymore. If you've seen like Exorcist Emily Rose and all these other movies that done this before, you're not getting surprised. You're not getting jump scared anymore. It's like Paranormal Activity. The first one, everyone was freaked the fuck out. But by the fourth one, everyone was like, all right, God, pack it up. And that's how I felt with this movie. It was like, pack it up. There were some parts of it, like especially towards the end, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But it's like it only lasts for the movie's only an hour and 55 minutes. It's not that long. But the only 25 minutes of the movie is worth watching. The other hour and a half, I'm like, I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, okay, whatever. They just have to have these other scenes, I guess, to get to the scenes that matter. But I don't know. I felt like they need to, if they really wanted to make this movie better, they had to go lean more into possession part and make that shit even more demonic. Like, yo, if you might as well lean into it. And I felt like they kind of played it way too safe. Maybe because the 2 girls were, I don't know, because they were teenagers in the old movie too. But you know how they don't like showing violence on teens anymore too much versus back then. I felt like they should have leaned into that shit a lot fucking more. And it probably been not a perfect movie, but at least not a 5 out of 10. I feel like a 7 out of 10 and definitely have had a chance to be that. But they kind of went too safe and they didn't do anything new. So the movie's 5 out of 10.
You make a good point.
I would have watched it.
There's a lot of people in, like, for example, E-Rock, he don't fuck with demon movies. And when I think about it sometimes, I can't really blame him because a lot of them, they do the same tropes. They don't really be that scary. And like you said, they don't really go far enough. Bro, if it's a demon movie, I need y'all to push that shit. Like, that's one of the reasons why I like Hereditary so much, because it's essentially a demon movie, but there's scenes in that movie where they, in my opinion, there's scenes in that movie where they really, like, they push that shit. Like, there's a part of the movie at close to the end where his mom is basically possessed, and you see her in the fucking air floating, and she's cutting off her own head. Like, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that. Like, bro, like, I don't know. I need y'all to go crazy when it comes to these
the issue movies. Is like this is the thing. When I used to watch the movies, I used to go to bed thinking about that shit. Like, damn, nigga, I don't even want to go to sleep because I want to get fucking possessed. And that's me as a kid. Even as an adult, I'm like, damn, I don't watch the Poltergeist before I go to sleep because of that shit. Because that movie's how fucking scary that is. I'm like, man, I watched this movie. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. I'm not even gonna think about this shit no more. And I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm older. I'm not scared of shit like that no more. But then, if I go and watch the Poltergeist right now, I'm praying, bro, before bed. Like, I'm gonna fucking pray. This shit, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm having a great day after this. And I feel like the scary movies, like now, they kind of lost that shit. Like, you don't think about that. Like, when I used to, like, you don't go home, like, damn, I might really get, like, yeah, you know, it's a movie, but you don't think about, like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to sleep and, like, I don't want to go get possessed or dream about this shit. Like, none of these movies inspire that shit no more. Like, there's no fear, no nothing like that. So, I just feel like they need to lead into it. Like, yo, do what Saw does. You know, Saw knows what they got to do. Like, gotta increase the gore, increase the demon shit, bro. Lean into that shit 1,000%. Make that shit as demonic as you possibly can. I know I sound crazy, but it's like that's the only way to make them shit better. It's like you can't do the same shit you did in 1970 and do that shit in 2023 and expect that shit to like still hit. Like, we've seen it all already. You gotta either go 100% or don't do or go beyond that. So. I don't know, dog.
Jack in the chat says that Chucky TV show is he said they cut a chick off in he said they cut a chick in half with a chainsaw. Long way.
They did that shit in Saw.
That is crazy. On TV they showed that shit is on regular cable TV. That's kind of crazy. But so what you get a movie out of 10? What would you say?
Oh, 5 out of 10.
Oh yeah, you did say that 5 out of 10.
Wait. Watching the streaming, dog. Watching the streaming, and even then, it's like it's not a long movie. It's not gonna. I mean, it wastes. The thing is, it's not a long movie, and it wastes your time. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah. Here y'all go.
Alex, you there? Did you see the movie, Alex?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, but this movie is a 3.5 out of 10.
Right.
The only reason I stayed that long is because I had ordered food and I knew the food wouldn't be ready by the time I left, so I stayed in the movie. I was gonna leave in the third act. This movie, to me, has shown that I don't ever want to see another Exorcism movie ever again. This is like, for me, this movie, I wasn't familiar with the director and shit like that, but this is the equivalent of somebody putting like a really, really good looking plate of food in your face and then taking a bare ass and squishing it with it right before you take your first bite. This movie had the potential to really go there. Like, I remember when Wonton first saw that trailer for Exorcism, right? He came in the chase like, yo, you see that shit, nigga? Like, he was excited. Like, yeah, bro. The trailer had you feeling like, hold on, it looked like they're going back to like the analog feel of like traditional exorcism and creepy shit. And it like that trailer to me felt like, okay, I feel like they're going back to their roots type shit, right? With that like that black and white Polaroid photo and shit when they was looking up at the ceiling. I was right there with one. I was rocking with them. I'm like, hold on, I feel like they about to go crazy. No, not at all. This movie, like 14. It was like 30 minutes into the movie, they was building it up. Like, I was like, hold on, that was kind of creepy. And Tyrek, you know what I'm talking about? When they would be casually, this movie would put different, I keep saying this movie, there were different pieces of like satanic imagery sprinkled throughout the whole film. And that was what was creepy. Like, in the beginning, it's like, okay, hold on, this shit might be creepier. We ain't even got into, nobody's been possessed yet, and they already throwing some creepy shit in there. I was excited. I'm like, okay, I'm rocking. And then when the I almost called it a B word, when the girl actually get possessed and go home, it just falls off. Like, the creepiest parts of this movie was before it really started. Like, remember when they got, you know, in the trailer when they sit in the medical examination room and they're like, hey, what happened? Is everything okay? And they touching their back and their feet got the feet look like goddamn Captain Crunch had yellow blisters
That's
and
the most
pus and
disturbing
shit
part
like
of the
that.
movie, and that's
Damn. When we seeing that, we like, ooh, yeah, this shit about to get deep, nigga. Like, we excited, pause. But once you get home, all she doing is throwing up. And one thing about Exorcist movies, you always look forward to the demon talking to these niggas like, you can't do nothing with me, right? Like, I know
Yeah.
about that baby you aborted when you were 13. I know you cheated on your wife. I know that you want to get, like, remember, like, fuck your mother, like crazy corny shit like that. When it's, fam, they only did that a few times. There was
Yeah.
like one time where it did it. I'm like, is that it, bitch? Like,
I
you ain't
love
got no creepy.
demon
Fam,
movies
I'm
where the
like,
demon talk shit. That shit always funny.
Bro, the
yeah,
thing
that's
is,
the
the
firest
demons were
part.
talking. The demons were talking shit, but it didn't. It didn't last that long. They should,
And bro,
lead
on top of
into
that,
it.
fam, on top of that, the words weren't even syncing with their fucking lips.
Oh
Bro,
yeah.
the demon would start talking and the actor would forget that she had a fucking line and then try to catch up. And then there was times where the demon would have like a lengthening note, but the girl would close her mouth. Like, the creepiest part of the movie was like the body in the blood. The body in the blood?
Oh
Like that
yeah.
little shit from the
From the
bro,
church.
the
Yeah.
trailer was scarier than the actual
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Dog, that's my issue, bro. The movie. That's
Bro,
what the trailer. The
the
trailer was so
movie,
good.
the trailer had me feeling like I was gonna have to
See, now
get some
y'all
fuzzy
can't blame me for
socks.
saying the trailer was fire. You can't blame me. The
Nah,
trailer was
the
fire.
trailer was heat. The trailer was heat. But as soon as that little girl go home,
It's a wrap.
major drop off. It's like as soon as she get home and she tuck herself in the bed. I'm gonna take that back. When she home for the first few minutes, you still like, oh, this shit about to get creepy. But as soon as they diagnose her and they put on fucking dialysis and she in the bed laid up looking like fucking Oprah Winfrey, now it's like it's just the typical like she's sick, she has a fever, like she got a common cold, bitch. Like, dog, no creepy shit. They get them. I'm fucking spoiling this movie, fuck it, don't nobody else see this movie. They
All
get them
right, cool.
tied up in the middle of the living room. They ain't got no socks on for the whole movie. They ain't got no fingernails. And then guess what? Guess how they save the bitches? Guess how they save them? They bring a fucking priest that can do it, right? He's scared, he in the car. Nigga, wait till niggas start dying and getting their neck snapped like Mortal Kombat, and then he come at the end of the movie saving like, by the power of the Holy Ghost in me. And then it tries to have like this feel-good moment that the preacher was able to stand up and do what was right. Like, what the fuck? And then the old white lady,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all the purpose of that old white lady. Other than looking like powdered milk in human form, her only point to be in this movie was for her and her daughter to have a reunion at the end for part
Yeah.
two.
For the
That's
camp.
or part three, whatever the fuck.
No.
That was the
That's a
only
callback to the
part,
first movie. So that's what I was
fam.
talking about, the cameo. Like that was no. She served no purpose but like a member berry shout out.
Damn, that was the only reason why that one was in
Yeah.
the movie. So at the end, she could, cause she had no fucking eyes. The demon took her eyes out, right? She in the fucking hospital bed waving
Right.
around like Ray Charles, talking about like Elizabeth, is that you? Like, like that, bro. This movie pissed me off, bro. Like I'm like, you had the, oh my god, it's like the dunk contest. The nigga do the craziest wind up from the free throw and it just hit the back of the rim. Like, they had the potential, bro. They had the ingredients. And at the end of the movie, they want to do a typical fucking kumbaya, friendship will save us. I'm gonna float in the air for a few seconds and spew up blood. Like, oh my god! Like, I don't want to see exorcism anymore. I don't want to see exorcism anymore. They ruined that fucking genre for me, and don't see that movie. 3.5 out of 10. Never seen it again.
Damn.
Okay, so yeah, I'm about what Alex said. So now that we spoiled the movie, so one of the girls ended up dying. But the girl
Which
that
one, the black
the
one
thing
or
is,
white
when they
one?
the black one is oblivion. But the thing is, the black one was protected from the beginning of the movie. You knew she wasn't gonna die because this preacher, when she was, so basically what happened was the mom was pregnant with her. They're in Haiti, earthquake happened. The mom ended up dying. They ended up saving the baby. But before she did that, she went to some priest or something that protected the baby. So the demons at the end of the movie could not kill her because she was already protected by whatever happened in Haiti years ago. The white girl ended up dying because she never got baptized. So
Wow.
she was
Oh
a
my god, bro.
she was a week away from getting baptized before that shit happened. And the reason
Man,
why the
the
demons were able to
parents
kill,
was so annoying, bro. The
that's
white
what I'm
parents was
saying.
so fucking annoying in that movie, bro.
Yeah, but
Like,
they kind of
annoyingly,
spoiled it. Yeah.
bro. That movie's fucking trash. Y'all want to hear something that's better than this movie? I don't know if y'all have seen the trailers on Apple TV. I know y'all fuck with the Apple TV or whatnot. if you want to watch like an actual creepy or like a real story of a family dynamic, because that's what this movie tried to touch on, is like the bond of the dad and the daughter and how his bond is compared to the white parents. Is like, if you want to go see that, go watch The Changeling on Apple TV with Lakeith Stanfield. Go watch that. Don't watch this Exorcist movie. Stay at home. I don't know how many episodes on. I'm on like episode 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck. Go watch that if you want something about being possessed. If you want something about a conspiracy or feeling like you seeing shit and this ain't real and a fucking prayer beats, like, bro, go watch The Changeling over The Exorcism. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. This movie would have been a good in 2003. 2023, this is not a great movie.
Yeah, The Constantine was better than this movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing, but it's just weird because they could have, bro. They had the concept down crazy with the two girls. Like, I still fuck with the part where one of them had to die. Like, I had to choose. That part was fire. But
I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
That shit lasted 2 minutes. I'm like, dog,
right?
That should have been the whole premise of the whole movie, that you only could save one of them. Why'd you wait to the end of the movie to spring that on us? The whole movie was about, all right, these two girls are possessed, and they got the possession off bat. And it's like, dog, you have to choose one. And like, at the end of the movie, they're not making a choice. That would have been better.
And they didn't even choose. It was a fucking dad that was around. I choose you, Kimberly. Like, nigga, shut the. The scariest part of this movie was they chaplets and they feet. Don't go see this movie. Don't waste your money. Stay home, bro.
Yeah.
Waste the fucking time.
The trailer made me so excited because I saw this shit. Like, damn, this shit about to hit. And it didn't hit shit. I was like, God, dog, I'm not going off of trailers anymore. But that trailer was, fuck you, Wonton, for that. By the way, it's your fault. It's your fault.
How you just said the trailer was heat? I saw the same trailer as you.
Yeah, but you showed me the trailer and made me believe, dog. That shit was
bro. The trailer, when they took the trailer in theaters with that sound, bro, that shit was crazy.
It's like, it was creepy. I'm like, oh, this is what I've been looking for, because I fuck with demonic. I saw y'all can think I'm crazy, but I like movies. I fuck with demonic like movies like this. I fuck with the Omen.
That's my favorite genre horror movie.
Yeah, and it's like, dog, why can't no one get this right no more? And this is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's just a thing where, like, maybe the best is behind us, and it's just you can't get any better. But that's the cop-out answer. I feel like there's a way to do it.
Large coat.
It's a way to do it, Tyreek, but they have to push the envelope. They have to be like, they be playing it too safe, bro. They be playing it too safe. That's why they have these not publishers, distributors like A24 and Neon. People who want to push the envelope with their movie, they usually go to them. They go to indie route, because if you're working with a big studio, they want to play it safe for the box office. They want to play it safe. That's the issue we in right now.
Hey, but, I saw that somebody brought up Severance in the comments.
Yeah,
we need to just call it what it is, bro. TV shows are where it's at if you want some good story and you want some originality. These like limited run 9 episodes, not the ones where it take 4 seasons and 5 seasons, not traditional, Fox or Cinemax and we watch it every Tuesday. These limited run 8-9 episode shows, that's where it's at, bro. Like when it comes to originality and yeah, and well, of course it's gonna feel like that because they have more entries time, and yeah, they have more time to do that. But I'm just talking about conceptually. Like I just finished Severance this week. I thought that was a fire concept. It's as simple as literally like, imagine if you could just like sim through it like 2K, just sim through this party a day, and you never have to worry about it. You ain't never got to interact with nobody. You literally can cut your brain off when you wake up, and when you come home, do everything you want to do. Video games, hobby, any hobbies you want. That could be your entire life. You never have to go to work and still get paid. See what I'm saying? Easy concept. But then we get to The Exorcist or The Exorcism Believer, and we're still met with the same fucking tropes. Movies with bigger budgets than TV shows more often than not. Way more capital, way more resources, but you gonna end the movie with the preacher gets it within him and he comes in and saves the day. Like, come on, bro. Like, who was writing this shit, bro? Typical shit, man. It's just like, it's and it gets to where when you love movies, you want, at the end of the day, you're like, look, I'm gonna get a movie a shot. At the end of the day, it ain't nothing to watch. I want to go to the movies. Cool. But it just sucks, bro. It sucks that we get a handful of good. We only have a few, like every now and then we get a good year of movies. This year was a good year of movies.
Yeah, this
But
year was very
The
good.
Exorcism Believer, this has been the law of the land for years. Like this level of movie, this effort, this has been this way for years. There's a reason why we on Insidious 6, Nun 2, Nun like fucking Pray Away to like we get this shit every year. And I'm making a mark, bro. I'm never seeing another scary movie. I didn't go see Nun, and I'm not seeing another Exorcist movie, bro. I'm not seeing another Insidious movie. I'm done. It's not. I'm tired of wasting money on the same story, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
over
blame
with.
you. Well, that's it. They saying don't see Exorcist, wait for streaming. I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I mean, shit. From what I'm hearing, it sound
Wait
mid.
for streaming.
But
Hey,
What the?
take a melatonin and watch this movie if you're trying to like get creeped out when you go to sleep, get sleep paralysis, cool. If you're trying to like make it a 4D experience, if you're trying to really get in your bag, cool. If you want a scary movie, this is not where you want to see it. If you want a good story, this is not where you're going to see it. If you want good acting, you're not going to see it. If you want to see any type of imagery that would make you scratch your head and say, damn, how they think of that? This is not the place to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish we could bring directors on here. I would legit slap that nigga on the forehead and say, what were we doing here?
bro, it's
What
that
were we
fucking
doing?
writer. I told you, the dude that wrote the last Halloween movies. He's trash. He sucks.
I just don't get how you fucked this up, bro. Like you had, dog. They had a perfect setup, bro. They had a wide open lane, dog, and the niggas just slipped. I'm like, bro, what the fuck were you doing, dog? Like, I felt like
I don't want y'all to watch just to see what we mean. Like when we tell you there was a legit hard drop off, it's almost as if another team came and finished this movie.
yeah,
Like
but it's like
that's how
after 20
obvious
minutes.
it was.
Yeah, it's like after
Yep.
20 minutes, they're like, let's change the production crew for no fucking reason. I just
Yep.
don't, because the trailer had me sold on a concept in my head. Maybe I made a ship in my head, but I feel like, dog, there was a direction they could have went, and the movie would have been not a great movie, but it would have been like, damn, this is like a return to form. I can't wait for the sequel. And I'm like, damn, I'm probably gonna watch the sequel because I'm just whatever. I'm gonna watch it because I've already invested time watching this shit. So I'm gonna watch the sequel, but it's like I don't really see what they're. I don't know unless the sequel for some reason kind of fixes what happens in this movie. I don't really see. It's probably going straight to Peacock because
Tyrek,
yeah.
it's okay. It's okay, Tyrek, because we have Insidious 6 that'll literally redo the story of the first movie and make 9 figures. So it's okay. We'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, y'all see
Scary
the nigga
movie-
from
y'all
Insidious
scary
is gonna
movie
be in
niggas. Y'all scared niggas.
y'all see that y'all see the
scary
dad
movie
from
fans,
y'all see the dad from Insidious is gonna be in that new movie. What was that trailer for?
What, Aquaman?
Did y'all see that? Yeah, he gonna be in Aquaman. Did y'all see that?
He was in the first Aquaman. Yeah. He coming back.
Aquaman coming out.
Was he?
They come out this year.
Orm, right?
Yeah.
I never saw Aquaman. I didn't really care for
It's
it.
mid. It has good visuals, but I don't know. Some people like it though. It's mid to me.
It's a good movie.
Wait, the second one come out this year, right? It's
December.
slated to come out this year.
And the
Right,
early
Christmas.
reviews, people who've seen it, they said it's boring as fuck. So we gonna see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool, man. That's it for the movie reviews this week. Before we get out of here, I just want to touch on another topic that we've talked about on and off, which is the strikes. I want to give y'all some updates on the strikes that's going on in Hollywood in case y'all haven't heard. The first big piece of news, the writer's strike is officially over. The writer's strike, they came to an agreement actually September 24th. So basically it's been a week, almost 2 weeks since they came to an agreement. I won't go into full detail because it's a lot, but y'all can read about it. But some of the things that they came to an agreement on was obviously pay, higher pay rates for writers. They came up to an agreement to release streaming numbers, which is something that they weren't doing. Like Netflix is known, and other streamers they weren't releasing numbers for like the viewership and things like that. So now they've worked that into the deal where writers can know how much their shows are being watched.
See their success rate, and now the contract was different.
Yeah,
they also have
they only show when it's super successful. Okay.
They also have worked in residuals for writers, so they'll get paid based on how their shows perform on the streaming sites. They also came to a deal with AI. essentially, the gist of it is writers are allowed to use AI, but it has to be their choice. It can't be a studio mandate. Like Netflix can't tell a writer you need to use AI. Also, if Netflix comes to a writer to hire them with like a script and they want the writer to like rework it or rewrite it, Netflix has to tell them if AI assisted in that writing in any way. They have to disclose that.
Okay.
So that's the two big things.
Makes
So
sense.
basically AI can still be used, it's just regulated, right? That now so that's the two main things, basically. Residuals, the better pay, healthcare, AI, all that good stuff. So yeah, the writer strike is over. A lot of writers have gone back to work already, like writing shows. There's even been some writers I saw like in the news where they've sold scripts already, and it's only been a week. They've gotten scripts to sell to studios.
Hell yeah, they
So
had
that's
nothing
all
but
good.
time. They was in the crib writing, nigga. They
Yeah.
was like,
Oh
look,
yeah,
as soon as this
we
shit
might
up,
get
I'm
we might get
selling.
some heat then, right?
I'm gonna tell y'all this
Yeah.
right now. Had this strike not ended this way, we wouldn't have gotten any new shows by next spring. They had to have ended the strike in September in order for them to get working on shows to come out next spring. So that's a good thing. We would have been fucked.
The writer who wrote The Exorcist, can we fire him again?
Yeah,
Can we find him?
I need him to. You know what's crazy? He started out doing like comedy, like he did Pineapple Express. I need him to go back to that. Stick to that, buddy.
That's exactly what this movie was,
Yeah,
comedy.
stick
They
to
need
that,
to
buddy.
hog tie that nigga and put him on a railroad. That nigga do not need to touch another
Yeah.
fucking script.
But so
You
yeah,
know
the
what
writers.
You know what I'm surprised about one time? I would imagine, I thought they were going to do something about the longevity of them working on projects. Because I remember one of the big things that they said was, hey, we come in there, we write for 2 or 3 days on a weekend, we technically wrote 2 or 3 episodes, and then we don't get a call back for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were going to try to argue like, hey, if we work on a show, allow us the job security to finish the show out. Not
Well,
just
one
write one
thing.
episode and then somebody else finishes it.
Yeah, so that's the funny you mentioned. So there's one thing that's kind of, I think, would solve that. They came to an agreement where, based on a show's episode length, they have to hire a certain amount of writers. So I think they
To stay
said
consistent with.
if it's like a 6-episode series, a minimum of 3 writers have to be hired and kept on staff for that 6 episodes. If it's like a
Got it.
10-episode series, it needs to be a minimum of 6 writers in that room. So now they have these minimums to where they have to hire a certain amount of people.
Oh, okay. That's good.
The other thing is, and Delay Saint mentioned in the chat, this deal is only good for 3 years. So in 3 years, they'll come back and renegotiate. That's typically how it works. You
that
sign
makes
a
sense.
contract for a certain amount of time, and then you come
Okay.
back and you renegotiate it once the contract's up. Past few years, it's gone through with no issues, but obviously there was a strike because they came to a point where there was some issues. Hopefully, the next 3 years, they'll be good to go. But the main reason they do that, though, is because things are always changing. Like, for example, this whole AI conversation wasn't a big deal 3 years ago or 3 years before that. You know what I mean? So that's why they do that. Things are constantly changing, so they have to come back to the table to implement new changes. So yeah, writer strike is over. The writers are back to work. The actor strike is still going on, though. So actors can't work. They can't promote anything. They're still on strike. But currently, from what I just read, the SAG-AFTRA, that's the union that works for actors, they've been meeting with the studios this past week. Supposedly they took a break for the weekend, this weekend, but they're going to meet back on Monday. Most of the people I've seen who are kind of have like insider knowledge, they think the actor strike will end by the end of this month. They don't see it going on past October. So that's good news. Once that happens, that means that we'll see a lot more marketing and promotion for these upcoming movies in like November and December. I'm kind of disappointed because it kind of makes me feel like they could have delayed DUNE to December and we still could have got it. They would have had 2 months to promote the movie, but it is what it is. That shit not coming till March, so I'm hurt. But yeah, the actor strike is still going on, but it's very close to ending as well. They said this has been the second longest writer strike in history. It was like 146 days. The actor strike, it hasn't been going on as long as the writer strike because they didn't go on strike till like 2 months after the writers. But all in all, I think it's a good thing. We'll wait to see what they say about the new contract because my main thing, I want to know what they say about AI as far as the actors, how they can agree on that, because that was a big concern about like studios hiring a person to be an extra. They scan your whole fucking face and then they just put you as a fucking CGI extra and everything for the rest of your life without no money. So stuff like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, side note, one thing that happened in the past few weeks since we've been gone, there's word of a possible video game actor strike happening, which I think is something that's also needed, just because video games, the budgets are going up, but the money that's coming in is also insane. Gaming was one of the biggest money-making industries alive right now.
It's the biggest, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's the most profitable form of entertainment.
Billion-dollar industry. That's why you have so many people trying to get into gaming. Fucking people trying to become streamers and whatnot, because it's a lot of money involved. And I think the actors do need a portion of that. If you're an actor, a voice actor for a movie, keep in mind, I mean, not a movie, a game, keep in mind too, they're not just doing voices. Most of these games, they're doing full motion capture, performance capture, at voice. It's a lot of work. So if you're doing all of that and your game sells fucking Ragnarok numbers, 12 million in 3 months, I'm gonna need some residuals. I'm gonna need some payment on the back end. So I'm hoping they do that. I'm hoping they find a way to prevent AI, like basically taking an actor's voice and just putting it in the game without their approval. Hoping they fix that. But yeah, that's all I have as far as updates. Do y'all have anything y'all want to add or anything? Any questions about that? Or yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I got a question.
They should have.
Did they address them that deal that was going around saying we'll pay you X amount, but we own your face and can use it like on anything else?
Yeah, so
Y'all
that's
remember that?
Yeah, that's a big thing that's part of the strike. They're trying to fix that so that doesn't happen. Because nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants that. So, but yeah, there was an issue. I mean, I can't remember her name. There was some actor I read on Twitter. She said she did a TV show, Snowpiercer. It's actually a spinoff of a movie, and she basically said when she showed up for work, they literally scanned her full face and body. They didn't tell her what it was for, and she didn't know why they were doing it. Come to find out, that's why they wanted to basically take her likeness and be able to reuse it and future things without paying her, by the way. So that's a big issue that they're trying to resolve. And funny enough, that's happening not only in like TV shows and movies, but it's also happening with video games as far as the voice actors' likeness. They're
that's happening.
starting to do that. So.
That's happening on Instagram and Facebook. Every time we sign the terms and conditions, anything you put on here is ours, and we can use it for whatever we want.
Yeah,
and that's everywhere.
So that's what they're working on. One thing I will say as far as the video game strike, if that were to happen, it's hard to say, bro. I don't know. Like, they would have to delay certain development of certain games. These games would take even longer to come out if there's no actors to work. And I'm sure there'll be some actors willing to, they call them scabs, basically people who still work when the strike's going on. I'm sure there'll be people that'll still take the check, but like, do you really want to hire those people? Like, the performances are going to be noticeably worse. It may not even be worth it. Plus, in this day and age with social media, it'll be a big uproar compared to maybe what it would have been, 10, 15 years ago. So,
why that's tricky? An actor that doesn't fit a role, it's in a movie, it's like it could be unbearable, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a video game, you can have terrible voice acting. If the gameplay good, niggas don't care. They gonna skip right through that cutscene. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. It'll only be an issue for certain games, like story-based games, which I feel like most of them they would just delay.
We just saw them put Megan Fox in Mortal Kombat, bro, and we know what those
people complain too. She's terrible.
Right, but all we gonna do is groan, roll our eyes, and just keep playing. But
Yeah.
they have a little bit more wiggle room with some. Keep in mind, video game got some of the worst acting of all time. If we stack video games next to movies, they have entire top 100 lists of worst voice acting in video games ever on YouTube. You just go find them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that video game acting hasn't really gotten great until I want to say like the last decade, maybe, in my opinion. So that's one of the reasons why I like The Last of Us 2 so much. The Last of Us 2, regardless of how you feel about the story or whatever, the acting, just the performances in that game are better than some TV shows and movies that I've seen. There's just no debate. If The Last of Us 2 was a movie, it would have won some fucking awards. It would have won some Oscars. The performances are that good. So yeah. But that's pretty much it. This week. What you gonna say, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I was gonna start talking about video game shit. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, so that's cool. Let me think. What's coming out? So we got Killers of the Flower Moon coming out. That's Leo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese. The word on the street is this is Leo DiCaprio's best performance. That's what they're saying. They're saying it's his best performance ever. There's a big push for him to win an Oscar for this movie. A big push for this movie to win Best Picture. In my opinion, and this is very early talks because the Oscars aren't going to be until like February, March. The only two movies I can see competing for Best Picture is really it's three movies, but only two I think really have a chance of winning. The three movies are Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon. Those are the top three locks, and I really think it's a two.
You really think Avatar 2 not gonna get any nods? Oh, that came out last year.
Yeah, it was already nominated,
dog.
I keep forgetting. Anytime movies come out in December, I just put them into next year.
Yeah.
But I really think it's going to be between Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer. And even though we haven't seen the movie yet, I think Oppenheimer's winning that Oscar. I think Oppenheimer's getting that Best Picture.
Best Picture?
I just feel it. I feel it in the air. I think Oppenheimer's getting that Best Picture.
I hope not. Let's hope.
I think it's coming.
I bet you
I'd rather Barbie win. Yeah.
Man, Barbie's good. It can win. It can win. Give it costume design. It'll win that.
Hell nah.
Give it best original song. Give it best original song. It'll win.
I think it's gonna be an upset, bro. Like, of course, on paper, Oppenheimer's script, the director, the cast, on paper, this should win, right? Mm-hmm. But what was that year that Leonardo DiCaprio should have won? Was it Inception or?
It was Inception too.
And what won that year?
That was the 2011 Oscars.
I gotta see who won Picture of the Year for 2011.
Didn't Django win? No, Django didn't win.
Best Picture was King's Speech. Best Actor was Colin Firth for King's Speech. Inception won Best Visual Effects and Best Sound Editing.
I tell you what, to me, it's gonna be either between Oppenheimer and Barbie, because when those movies came out, when the last time y'all had the movie conversation saying they've reinvigorated going back to cinema? When have y'all seen a movie literally have the entire country dress in a certain way? When did you see a movie where they battled like 50 Cent and Kanye West? The only two movies in this conversation are Barbie and Oppenheimer. Just off the sheer money they made, and two, the cultural impact they had. Killers of the Flower Moon is definitely probably going to get a nod, probably like best. He might get Best Actor, but as far as Best Picture of the Year, Best Movie of the Year, it's not getting it, bro.
Well, we're gonna see.
Sure.
I mean, you act like the Oscars care about that shit. They go about what's the best movie.
Fam,
this ain't the Game Award.
It has a chance. It has definitely a chance, I think.
It might get nominated, but it ain't. I don't know. I'll be shocked if Barbie win, dog.
I don't think Barbie's gonna win. I think Oppenheimer definitely got in the bag, but I think Flower Moon
could see Barbie winning. I could see both winning, but if Barbie wins, it's gonna make sense to me. It'll be the year of the Barbie, bro. Like, Barbie as a brand, they don't care about Nicki Minaj, but the song, literally everything that just came with this year for Barbie, bro, is just. I could just see them giving it to him, just like on some, yeah, man, go ahead, man, Barbie, man. Like, I just see it.
Yeah, but they don't really give it to franchise shit like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Because even though it's a franchise movie, so they don't really give those the awards though.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. It depends. We're gonna see. I think it's between them three though. I'm
That's
really
why
looking
it's gonna
forward
be
to
like a
Killers of the Flower
Macklemore and
Moon.
Kendrick situation.
Actually, I'm looking forward to that movie. I don't know why, but I really love stories about like Indians and Native American people. I always kind of gravitated to those. There's a lot of. It's just very interesting.
Why don't
A
you
lot
like
of-
Avatar then?
That's why he likes Red Dead too.
Because Avatar is literally Pocahontas, and I've already seen Pocahontas. Wait, what'd you say, Rupert?
I said that's why he likes Red.
Look at this nigga. But
You like rocks. You like rocks, cowboy.
I like rocks. What?
Okay. Yeah, space rocks. You know, you like space rocks.
Martin
Hey,
Scorsese's
Tyrek, would
not
you
the
rather go
greatest,
look at
greatest
it?
I
living
don't even like
director,
cowboys
dog.
like that.
Come on, dog.
I'm not a big fan of westerns.
Hey, Tyrek, would you rather? Tyrek, would you rather see a space rock or a dinosaur?
A dinosaur.
No, he's not framing that question
Thank you.
right. Would you
Thank
rather fly
Thank
to
you.
the moon,
Thank-
land on the moon, jump around and explore the moon, or go back in time and sit on a fucking tree and watch a dinosaur walk by?
A dinosaur.
Yeah, you see, I'm surrounded by
Thank
idiots.
you.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Thank you.
You can't do
I'm
shit with a
sorry,
dinosaur.
dog.
Thank you.
All you can do is look at it.
You wanna? I mean, you can't do shit with a space rock. That's
You
all
could
do
jump
with a space
around
rock
and
is look
fucking
at it.
move. You in space.
Come
What
on,
are you
dog.
talking? It's not even close. What? You just looking at a
I
dinosaur. You
guess.
can't touch it. You can't ride it. If you could ride it, okay, I give it to you. You can't. You just looking at it. It's whack.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for this week, man. That's all the topics.
Yeah, they tripping. Hey, wait. Before you go, he said Martin Scorsese is the greatest living director?
He's fucking insane, dog.
Who said that
That's
in
not
chat?
true at all.
Right.
Oh,
he
Ricky
said,
Ticky said that.
is Steven Spielberg dead? Are you crazy? Is Christopher Nolan dead?
I think
Yeah,
Martin
he
Scorsese
is.
is dumb overrated, dog. He only does fucking
What, gangster
movies.
movies?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's
Why-
up
and
there,
why
but
Jack said-
he's
why
not the
Jack's-
best. He up there though.
Why Jack said I don't know what an asteroid is? What is he talking?
Because you called
A
it a
space
space
rock
rock.
is an asteroid. What the? Yeah, space rock. This fat ass stupid. Ass. Anyway, I ain't go get on. Piece of
Well,
positivity.
before we wrap up, let me just go through the list of movies that are still coming out. October 13th, we have Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour. Who's seeing that?
No.
Who's seeing
He
Taylor
said
Swift? Come on,
Spielberg
y'all.
been mid for years now.
Biggest
Yeah, what-
fucking box
You see that? He said
office.
Spielberg been mid for years.
Biggest fucking stadium box office of the year, man. Taylor Swift until Beyonce's numbers come out. I will say
I forgot about
Beyonce.
that.
Beyonce's having her own movie come out in December. It's probably going to kill Taylor's.
We gotta have a discussion too. Who Beyonce thinks she is, dog? Them tickets $30.
For the movie?
Yes, though. I mean,
Holy
checks
shit.
it's $28. It's basically $30.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and
What?
You can't even use the AMC thing on it.
Oh, that's crazy.
She's trying to get her money. Okay, shout out to her, I guess.
Well, we got that.
She
We
ain't trying
got
to split the clause at all.
Killers of the Flower Moon, October 20th. The movie is damn near 4 hours long. It's like 3 hours and fucking 45 minutes or some shit. And
wait.
not including trailers. Go ahead, what?
Hey,
You gonna say
That's
that?
where you show. That's where you show.
Hey, Alex. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Alex. You want to go see the Beyonce movie together?
I think y'all underestimating that. There are girls that went and saw that Beyonce concert twice in real life. They definitely want to see that movie
Oh,
for
yeah,
$20.
They gonna pack it out. Yeah, I look. You want to see it in Dolby. Like to hear this.
Hey,
Hold on,
what?
let me finish the movies right quick. Like,
Oh, my
Five
bad.
Nights at Freddy's, October 27th.
I'm gonna go see that.
There's actually a movie coming out called The Killer that I want to see. It's directed by, if y'all have seen Gone Girl, that's the movie that I know him from. He got a movie called The Killer. It has Michael Fassbender in it. Michael Fassbender, great actor.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Let me see what else is coming out. Oh, they got an Elvis movie coming out called Priscilla about his wife that he married
good.
when
Oh,
she
I
was
seen that.
underage.
I seen that.
I'm good.
Oh, that's fire.
They have
They call him a rape pedo.
Yeah. The Marvels MCU movie, the shortest MCU movie in the history of MCU. It's an hour and 45 minutes.
Fire.
Thank God.
I love it. Hey,
Nicolas Cage has a new movie coming out. It's by A24 called Dream Scenario. It's kind of like a dark comedy a little bit. Hunger Games, November. Red Pig seeing that. Hunger Games prequel.
I watched it.
The
Oh, you
Trolls.
talking about the snow? Or the
Yeah.
snow dude?
Yep. Trolls, Red Pig. I know you seeing that. Trolls, little animated film. Tyrek, your boy Taika Waititi got a movie coming out. It's about
I see him at the premiere and shoot his ass.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, horror movie. E-Rock's looking forward to this. Thanksgiving. It's directed by Eli Roth, who also made Hostel. It's a horror movie set during Thanksgiving. Let's see. Where the fuck is oh no, here we go. Napoleon, November 22nd. So Napoleon.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that. Yeah, that shit would be
Joaquin
fire,
Phoenix. Yes, sir.
That has a chance of winning the Oscar. That has a winning the movie the film of the year.
We gotta see it first. We gotta see it first.
Dog. Every time.
Wait, Joker's
next year.
about this year?
Joker's next
Every time Joaquin Phoenix is starring role, his movie makes it to like the nomination, dog.
We're gonna see.
Oh, brother.
People kind of killing the movie already because they saying it's not entirely historically accurate. The nigga, they complaining that don't nobody got a French accent.
He's not short. Fuck him.
Good Burger 2 comes out the same day, November 22nd. We watching that.
No.
Who's we?
Then we have December. There's actually a movie coming out that I saw a trailer for last week that looked interesting. It's called The Bike Riders, based on a true story. It's about a biker gang.
With Matt Hardy in it.
Tom Hardy. You got Tom Hardy and Austin Butler. It's
Yeah,
about a biker gang that starts out just like a harmless group of guys just hanging out, and then they get into crime, and gradually they just become a full-on fucking crime syndicate. So that's what that movie's about. It looks really interesting. A new action movie by John Woo called Silent Night. I think it also has the producers of John Wick. Action movie set during Christmas, so that might be some fire. Oh yeah, Willy Wonka in December. I think I'm gonna check that out.
I forgot all about that movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Then we get Chicken Run. Y'all seen Chicken Run?
This
yeah, good.
The old one,
right?
They get Chicken
Before
Run.
your time, Red Pig. Before your time.
Chicken Run 2, right?
Yeah,
Wallace
Chicken
and
Run 2,
Gromit.
finally.
I got that movie. I got the movie on disc. Do you got the movie on disc one time?
I have it on VHS, sir. Yeah. Tape.
Oh, I forgot you.
Yeah.
That was one of the first movies they used to advertise DVDs.
Chicken Run. I've seen that movie at least
animation.
100 times. I used to own it on tape.
Claymation.
Great movie. It's kind of funny about Chicken Run. It's a good movie, but I saw it so many fucking times to the point where like I low-key hate the movie just because I've seen it so much. But it's a good movie though. Aquaman, we skipping that ass.
No.
I'm gonna go see it because if you like,
Hey, I got a question. Dude, y'all think Larry looked like Wallace and Gromit, the dog?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
he kind of do.
Ooh, here you go, Red Pig.
Wow.
So Illumination and people that make
What?
Mario and Minions, Migration, the movie about ducks.
What they got coming up?
A movie about ducks, animated movie. December 22nd.
When that come out?
December 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Rebel Moon.
I've been tweaking for some like new anime. Oh, they got a new movie coming out soon by this popular animation studio Ghibli, I think.
Yeah, you're talking about the boy and the heron. Yeah. I don't know when it comes out in the US because it's already technically out in Japan, but it's coming out in the US.
I ain't watching it. If it ain't dubbed, it's a dud. You know, if it ain't
But yeah,
dubbed,
they have Rebel Moon by Zack Snyder. You know, he did all the DC movies. They said this movie essentially, he went to Disney, pitched a Star Wars movie. They told him no because he sucks. So he was like, "Fuck it, I'll make my own." This movie is literally Star Wars without Star Wars.
Excuse me,
characters.
what movie is this?
Rebel Moon.
You see, totally
It's literally a Star Wars movie, but he
sucks.
reworked the script so that it's set in his own original world. They have literal lightsabers that are just designed differently. It's literally a Star Wars. If you watch a trailer, it's literally a Star Wars movie, but it's just not.
What if that movie ends up being better than the whole sequel trilogy?
I mean, it's possible. I just think Zack Snyder, he's for me, he's hit or miss. Like I like Watchmen.
Zack Snyder is trash, dog.
But he has a lot of dog shit movies.
My thing with him is that he
his
the 300
movie is
300.
Yeah, I'm about to say
300
All his
movie
movies look
amped
like
his
that.
head up so much, and he has not changed the style of movies since 300 movie. I'm like, dog, you living off a movie for 20 fucking 18 years now. Give it up, dog.
Oh. Hey, Alex, you still here?
Yeah, what's up?
Bro, I forgot to mention this. So when we was watching Saw, right? Did you notice the yellow tent when they went to Mexico?
The yellow
I was like,
tint.
what the
was
hell?
wrong with it?
Bro, you didn't notice the difference in the color grading of the when they went to
The
Mexico?
yellow
It's
tint?
he's talking about Alex. There's a
Oh,
meme.
Tint. You talking about tint with an eye? Oh yeah.
Yes,
They
I was
all-
like, bro,
they-
it was like
yeah.
it looked regular in the beginning, and then as soon as we went to Mexico, it got yellow. I'm like, what the hell?
It's
Yeah,
a
they
meme
get-
going
so
around that
stereotypical.
they
I was
do
like,
that
oh
shit.
my- Yes.
It'll be like
to make it look hot.
yeah, it'll be like Mexico, everything yellow, or when they go to like the Middle East, everything is fucking tan and orange. Like they do that shit.
And
for
if they go
movies
to
for some
if they
reason.
go
I'm
to
like, oh.
Britain, if they go to Britain and England, it's all like gray and
Yeah.
cool blue.
But just to
I'm
wrap
like,
up,
what the hell? I'm like, oh my god, they just stuck with it.
Christmas Day they have the Color Purple remake, a little bit Oscar bait.
I'll watch
Hello,
that.
It's just
I'll watch
Oscar
that
bait
shit.
movie.
Nah, I will
I'm not
not.
seeing that shit.
I will not be.
And then
whatnot.
Ferrari,
Great black
which is
people.
what's the fucking word? Biopic of
Actually,
the nigga that
I might
created the
go see
Ferrari
it.
car brand.
Not
Oh,
watching
yeah.
that shit.
What am I
Yeah.
doing?
Oh yeah, E-Rock wanted us to talk about. He said Saw is racist. Did y'all get any racist tones in that movie?
Saw.
Yeah,
Did they
Saw
kill
is.
black people first or some shit?
He said it in voice chat last week, but I don't remember what part he was talking about. He said there's a scene in that movie where it's kind of racist. Y'all didn't notice anything racist?
Wait, in the Saw movie?
Yeah.
Something was racist in the movie.
So E-Rock
What
saying.
was racist in the movie? What are you talking
E-Rock, type in the chat. What you talking about? We don't know.
Or just tell him to come in the voice chat.
Might be outside. But
about?
yeah.
Oh no, he don't have the movie.
Maybe just the
Pull
fact
up
that he was
this
killing.
movie.
Maybe the fact that he was killing Mexicans. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he probably was. He was killing them Mexicans.
Yeah, but he was in Mexico. What else he gonna kill?
Facts.
That is true.
Yeah, that movie was.
But yeah, that's all I got for y'all,
That's
man.
cool.
So we got a few movies coming out the rest of the year. Wait, did he just join? Who was that? Oh no, somebody left. Red Pay left. Yeah, E-Rock said only Mexicans were killed in the movie. Oh, he said only Mexicans were killed bad. So I guess he's saying they got the
Oh,
worst
he talking about
deaths.
kill bad.
He's saying they got the worst deaths.
I mean, they were in Mexico, bro. That's like when people was talking about how Resident Evil 5 was racist because they was killing black people, but it's like it's in Africa. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
that's who out here.
In Resident Evil 4, they're killing like Hispanic people. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
They even 5. Yeah, hey, they
E-Rock said the whites
the
had peaceful
kills-
deaths.
the kills was like the kills
Actually,
was-
he actually is right. Like they had some easy outs.
bro, it was it was.
That's
it was,
funny. So
Oh wait, I know I didn't forgot to mention. How many did y'all almost cry watching The Creator?
the creator.
Yeah, there was a couple
I'm
scenes.
trying to.
There's a couple scenes.
Because
I feel like
toward
there
the
was-
end when he was like, oh my god, no. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, I'm getting the feels, nigga. Like I feel like I should be crying. That's what I was saying.
When
Or
he
where
said,
like,
"Oh my god,"
or when, like
no,
she was crying because he
When
it's
he was
a spoiler.
when he was on the ship,
It's a spoiler, but yeah, it's a
and when such and such died, and he was like, oh, I was like, oh. Man, that shit was
Oh, I know
sad,
exactly what
dog.
you're talking about. When they was in that, when they was talking to each other through that glass, nigga, I was like, hold on, what y'all trying to do
Hey
right
man,
now?
hey, that's how I was. I was like, oh my god, this is sad, dog. Honestly, if the movie ended like that, it would hit harder, in my opinion.
yeah.
Instead of
Good-
that rush
good ending,
third
though,
act,
good
I feel like
movie.
if it ended, I feel like if it ended right there, it would have hit.
I mean, I
way
feel like
harder.
it still did it because you know that last scene with that last hug or whatever. I feel like it was emotional though. Like,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say too much. I don't want to spoil nothing.
yeah. I was like, oh my god, that was heart wrenching, dog.
I know one time about to say, let's wrap this up for the fifth time. So
oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, but like right after that, it was like it just rushed. Okay, go ahead, one time.
Yeah, I mean that's all I got. I am, like I said, I'm still depressed that we're not getting Dune 2. That's
get
literally
over
like
it, nigga.
Oppenheimer and Dune was the only movies I was really looking forward to this year. So I just don't
You
know.
know what? One time, I'm excited and happy for you, because the first Dune was such a snore fest that I know this one
No,
will be
you're
good as
just
hell.
slow.
I can't wait.
You're just a little slow.
I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it.
No,
I can't wait to watch it too.
you're just a little slow, buddy. But yeah, Dune 1
I
is a
guess.
masterpiece. Dune 2 is about to change cinema.
Hell no.
You know, what they be
You-
saying?
you-
Long
you
live
are
the
insane.
fighters, free the fighters. May your blade chip and shatter. Yeah, all that. We on that. So
He got the tat on his inner. He got the tat on his inner thigh. How you know that?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fear is the mind killer. Yes, sir. We on all of that. So
Oh my God.
What would
Shout
you
out to
do
Doom.
to watch an early screening of that movie?
what wouldn't I do?
Oh.
I do anything. There's two things.
Look,
in
look,
this-
one time said, "Whose dick is it? Where is it? I'm sucking it." You already.
There's two things in this life that I would do anything to do. One of those, well, actually three. One,
Oh my
I'll
God,
do
go
anything
the
to see
moon.
Dune 2 early. 3, I will do literally anything to get The Last of Us 3. And
Oh, what?
3,
Not
What's wrong with
factions.
you, dog?
nigga, fuck
No,
faction.
fuck,
That
no,
shit
we don't care
canceled.
about
Yeah, it's
factions,
canceled.
right?
You hear the
Yeah,
news?
we
It's
don't care about
canceled.
that. Facts.
The third thing, I would do anything, and when I say anything, nigga, it
To go to
literally
Mars.
anything to go to the moon. I would do anything. What
Oh,
do
I
you
thought
want
you
me
were
to
gonna say
do?
Mars.
Are
Who
you
do you want me to
serious?
kill? What do you want me to steal?
You know what's
What do you
crazy?
want? I would do anything.
Can y'all imagine? Can y'all imagine Wonton on the moon listening to flashing lights? That nigga would fucking cry like.
Wonton not even in shape to go to the moon. You gotta get in shape to go to the moon, right?
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do, nigga.
You
Yeah,
gotta
do.
you gotta be able to withstand all them forces, them G forces and shit.
Nigga,
You
it's
ain't gonna be
lightweight.
able
I'm be chilling. I'm be floating in the air. Yeah, I'm in there.
to- Nigga, please.
So
As soon as you
yeah.
go up, you gonna be
Someone said
throwing up all your
buy a
turkey burgers.
telescope.
Nigga.
What you said?
Oh,
As soon as you go up, you gonna throw up all them turkey burgers.
Nah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna carve my name in the dirt. It's gonna stay there forever.
You know what you should do instead? Just sit on the moon with like your bare ass and make your own crater. That way you can point to it with a telescope. That'd
Hey,
be fire.
Wonton, you think you'll be able to live off of liquid food for like 2-3 days?
Nigga, I told you I'd do anything.
Hell yeah.
I would
Yo,
do
Jack,
anything.
Okay.
you saw
I
what
don't know.
Jack just put, dog?
I don't think you'll be able to make it, dog.
Jack
don't
said
think you'll
Wonton
make it.
go to the moon. They start rotating around him.
Jet think I'm him. Nigga been to the buffet 3 times this week. Sit your ass down, boy. But yeah, that's it
Jack
for this
Goldman
week.
called the black hole, nigga.
We chilling,
Oh my
man. We'll probably be back next week with a shorter show, just maybe a topical video, because I don't think there's any movies coming out in the next week. The next review y'all will get from us will be Killers of the Flower Moon. Shit, after that, nigga, I'm chilling. We gonna watch the Marvels MCU, you know. But that's all. That's November, so I'll keep y'all posted on the next episode. But before that, do y'all have anything y'all want to say or outros? So I can go ahead.
Hey man. Shout out to creator, one of my top 3 movie of the year. It's the top 3 movie of the year for me. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to have
Great movie.
our recap of the year, dog. It's been a great year for movies.
Yeah.
Bro, we only got 2 months left in a year.
Yeah. It went by
Damn.
pretty fast. I mean, Creator was really good. If you haven't watched it, I suggest go watching it. It's a nice, refreshing take on, dystopian future. We had a lot of those movies the past 10 years, and this one ranks pretty high up there. If you like District 9, I think you like the movie. Go and watch it. Don't watch Exorcist, please. Don't watch that shit. Save yourself.
Shout out the Mafia Quad.
Hey man, thank y'all for tuning in, dog. Movie guys in Game 7, baby. We still here, baby. What episode is this now?
15.
Damn, hey.
Okay.
Hey, what we gonna do to celebrate episode 25? That's a quarter of 100. What we doing?
By that point, hopefully we'll have a little bit more clout.
In person.
We might be able to get a special guest.
Ooh, hey, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna call on some favors. I'm gonna call BG. I'm gonna call on some favors.
Can we force New Rock to watch
I'm
this?
gonna try to get a dude from Mission Impossible since he's from New Orleans.
Do that. That's what we need to do. We need to go on Twitter and try to get a nigga that either has been worked on a movie or something like that. We got to get somebody on there, bro.
Ooh, I'm gonna reach out to Neil Druckmann so we can talk about the Last of Us show. Yeah.
Facts.
I'm gonna curse that nigga out.
I'm gonna reach out to this. I'm gonna reach out to this nigga in my city that got a movie on Tubi. I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah, we need to know his process. How did he?
He said that's when y'all join Weapon Wheel Network. We don't need Weapon Wheel Network, nigga.
He ain't trying to be next to. He ain't trying to upload with Planet Xbox. That might be lit.
Hell
man.
nah. So people be like, why are y'all uploading this?
I
Like,
need that
want
Patreon money.
back.
Like, speak for yourself.
Like, what if we upload an episode and it was like, I don't watch this shit? Like, give me my like. What?
I don't know about you, but there's a price on my ass.
You know what'd be crazy, bro? If we get upload on there, we get less views on Weapon Wheel channel.
Right.
They gotta be drove as hell.
Yeah, that'd be disgusting.
Well, you know what happens, right? BG uploads. So Patreon people get a sneak preview, but then he uploads the video on his actual channel like 2 days later. We'll get way more views on BG shit just off of that alone.
Maybe so, yeah.
The nigga got 100,000 subscribers. Nigga,
you
what?
know, the first episode got like 1,000 views on Jack channel.
Yeah, and Jack only has like.
I think they thought Jack was
double that.
on the show.
I think he's gonna be on the air.
Matter of fact, just out of curiosity, let me check BG. I want to see what Planet Xbox pulling on his channel. Let me check real quick. Shout out to Attic. Attic came through earlier in the chat. I don't know if y'all
Probably
seen
a few hundred.
The last Planet Xbox
I've always
episode, they got 1,000. It's only been out for 4 days, by the way. 1,000 views in 4 days. 2 weeks before that, 2,000 views. I'm seeing 2,000 views. Bro, their Starfield
I've always watched
review.
Planet Xbox, but
their Starfield review, Planet Xbox, got 9,000 views on BG's channel. So yeah, they
damn.
Well, that's a big.
They doing some numbers.
As it should though.
Nigga, we gotta get Jeremy Johns on the pod, bro.
Oh, that would be lit. I want Chris Stuckman then.
That would be. We gotta just start adding them on Twitter, bro. We need you on the movie guys, bro.
I want to see if I can
big
reach out to
fans,
like
real big fans.
The only thing, if I get Chris Stuckman on here, we're gonna have to watch his trash ass movie that he making Shelby Oaks.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot he's a director now.
We got to watch.
What I need to do is think of like an indie movie that we've seen and see if I can reach out to like one of those smaller actors because they'll be easier to get.
The Green Knight guy.
I'm a nigga. I'm gonna tweet the nigga that made Possessor. I'm gonna tweet the nigga that made Possessor.
We can see about that, but
that would be lit, bro.
Ezra's voice actor in what's his damn name?
Come on, Star Wars.
Iman Espandi. Yeah, Was he in the Green Knight movie?
No, that's Dev Patel.
Yeah, we should get him.
I'm gonna try to get some Sacred Symbols people. I might try to get Dustin or Colin on to talk about some retro movies. You know
what's crazy? I actually like when Colin talks about movies. He talked about Oppenheimer a little bit. He has some interesting things to say about Oppenheimer.
Hey man, we might because he a history buff. He did that in school, so it might have to Yeah.
Let's see. Everybody get the outro. We good?
Yeah, we
yes,
good.
Sir.
All right. So shout out to the chat. We appreciate y'all pulling up a little bit of an earlier episode this week. Want to get that out there to y'all. Like I said, we'll probably be back next week with a shorter episode. It's like a topic like we did before. That topic we did was really good. It had a lot of conversation, especially in the chat. Y'all was fucking with it, so we'll do that again. But other than that, man, shout out to y'all. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Oh yeah, movie nights. So we just had a movie night last week for Jigsaw in the Movie Guys Discord. If you're not in there, I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. Join the server.
We can put in a description for the video today as well. That way they can.
Join the server. We've been doing movie nights. I've been trying to do it at least once a weekend, maybe every other weekend. But usually what I do is I pull different movies and I put them into a poll, and everybody can vote on what movie they want to watch. Either we do that, or y'all can just tell us suggestions. Put suggestions in the chat, in the comments. Put suggestions in the Discord general chat. Let us know what you want to do for movie night. But we've been doing that, so y'all can come through. But yeah, that's it, man. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Peace out, y'all.
Chip.
Hey, good episode, huh? Good episode, huh?
Good.